Welcome, dear listener. As you settle into this moment, allow your body to find its natural resting place. Feel the weight of your body supported by the surface beneath you. There is nowhere to go, nothing to do, nothing to achieve. In this sacred hour of rest, we journey together into the heart of Zen Buddhism, the religion of no religion, the path of no path, the teaching beyond all teachings. Take a deep breath in through your nose, slowly, gently. Hold it for a moment, and release, letting the breath flow out naturally, carrying with it any tension, any worry, any thought that doesn't serve your rest. Again, breathe in deeply, filling your lungs with fresh, calming air, and breathe out, releasing everything you've been carrying. Tonight, we explore one of the most paradoxical and profound spiritual traditions humanity has ever known. Zen Buddhism teaches us that the very act of seeking enlightenment can be the obstacle to finding it. It tells us that Buddha nature is already within us, that we are already whole, already complete, already home. We have never left home, we have only forgotten. Let your eyes grow heavy now. There is no need to strain, no need to force anything. In Zen, we learn the art of effortless effort, of doing without doing, of being without becoming. As your eyelids become heavier and heavier, remember that even the simple act of closing your eyes is a meditation, a return to the inner sanctuary of your own awareness. Part 1. The Gateless Gate. In ancient China, there was a Zen master named Wumen Huikai who compiled a collection of koans, paradoxical riddles that are meant to break the mind free from its ordinary patterns of thinking. He called this collection the Gateless Gate, and in doing so, he captured the very essence of Zen Buddhism. The gate to enlightenment is gateless because there's nowhere to go. You are already there. You have always been there. Imagine yourself standing before an ancient gate. The gate is made of weathered wood, and it stands in the middle of nowhere with no walls on either side. You could simply walk around it. But the Zen master tells you, pass through this gateless gate. What does this mean? How do you pass through a gate that isn't really blocking your way? How do you enter when you've never left? This is the koan of your existence. This is the riddle that dissolves in the very asking of it. Feel your breath now, rising and falling like gentle waves on a calm sea. Each inhale brings fresh awareness. Each exhale releases what no longer serves. The breath is your teacher, your guide, your constant companion. It asks nothing of you except that you notice it, honor it, rest in it. Buddhism began 2,600 years ago with a prince named Siddhartha Gautama. He was born into luxury and privilege, sheltered from all suffering by his father, who wanted to protect him from the harsh realities of life. But Siddhartha's curiosity could not be contained within palace walls. He ventured out and encountered what are called the four sights: an old man, a sick person, a corpse, and finally, a wandering ascetic who seemed to possess a peace that transcended all suffering. These encounters awakened in Siddhartha a burning question. How can we find peace in a world filled with aging, sickness, and death? How can we be happy when everything we love will eventually change, fade, and disappear? This question became his obsession, his calling, his purpose. At the age of 29, Siddhartha left his palace, his wife,
his newborn son, and all his possessions. He became a wandering seeker, studying under the greatest spiritual teachers of his time. He practiced extreme asceticism, denying his body food and comfort, pushing himself to the very edge of death. But after 6 years of this, he realized that extreme self-denial was no closer to the truth than extreme indulgence. The middle way, the path of balance, was the answer. Let this truth sink into your consciousness now as you relax more deeply. You don't need to punish yourself to grow spiritually. You don't need to deny your human nature to discover your Buddha nature. The middle way is the way of kindness, of gentle awareness, of allowing things to be as they are. One evening, exhausted and disillusioned, Siddhartha sat down beneath a Bodhi tree and made a vow. He would not rise until he had found the truth. He sat in meditation through the night, facing his fears, his demons, his attachments. And as the morning star appeared in the sky, he experienced what is called enlightenment, awakening, nirvana. He saw the truth of existence with perfect clarity. What did he see? He saw that all suffering comes from attachment, from craving, from the desire for things to be different than they are. He saw that everything in existence is impermanent, constantly changing, arising and passing away like waves on the ocean. He saw that what we call the self is not a fixed, permanent entity, but rather a constantly shifting collection of thoughts, feelings, sensations, and perceptions. And in seeing all this, he became free, free from suffering, free from fear, free from the tyranny of the ego that constantly demands more, better, different. He became the Buddha, the awakened one. But here is the beautiful paradox at the heart of Buddhism. The Buddha did not discover something new. He did not gain something he didn't already have. He simply woke up to what was always true. He saw reality as it is, without the distortions of desire and aversion, without the veil of ignorance. This means that you too possess this Buddha nature. It is not something you need to acquire or achieve. It is your original face, your true self, the awareness that was present before you were born and will remain after your body returns to dust. Feel yourself sinking deeper now, deeper into relaxation, deeper into the soft embrace of sleep. Your body is becoming heavy, so heavy, as if it's melting into the mattress beneath you. Your arms are heavy, your legs are heavy, your head is heavy. There is nothing to hold on to anymore, nothing to grasp, nothing to resist.
Part 2. The teachings flow to the east. After his enlightenment, the Buddha spent the remaining 45 years of his life teaching. He established the Sangha, the community of monks and nuns who would carry his teachings forward. He taught the Four Noble Truths, the Eightfold Path, and countless other methods for ending suffering and awakening to reality. But Buddhism, like a river, was destined to flow beyond its source. It spread from India to Sri Lanka, to Southeast Asia, and eventually to China, where it encountered Taoism and Confucianism. This meeting of Indian Buddhism and Chinese Taoism created something entirely new, Chan Buddhism, which would later be called Zen when it arrived in Japan. The Chinese mind was practical, poetic, and paradoxical. Chinese culture had been shaped by Taoism, with its emphasis on naturalness, spontaneity, and the ineffable Tao that cannot be named or grasped.
When Buddhism met this tradition, it transformed. It became less concerned with philosophy and analysis, and more focused on direct experience and immediate awakening. The first great patriarch of Chan Buddhism was Bodhidharma, a bearded monk from India who arrived in China in the 6th century. Legend says that when he met the Emperor Wu, who had built many temples and supported countless monks, the emperor asked, "What merit have I gained from all these good deeds?" Bodhidharma replied, "No merit whatsoever." The emperor was shocked. "Then, what is the highest truth of Buddhism?" Bodhidharma answered, "Vast emptiness, nothing holy." "Who are you to speak to me this way?" demanded the emperor. "I don't know," replied Bodhidharma, and walked away. This exchange captures the essence of Zen. There is nothing to gain, nothing to achieve, nothing holy to worship. Even the concept of Buddhism itself is just another idea to be released. Bodhidharma's final answer, "I don't know," is the doorway to true wisdom. When we admit that we don't know, when we release our certainty and our need to understand everything, we open ourselves to reality as it is. Let go of the need to understand now. Let go of the need to make sense of everything. Your thinking mind can rest. Your analyzing mind can sleep. You are safe in this not knowing, this vast emptiness that is pregnant with all possibilities. After his encounter with the emperor, Bodhidharma went to the Shaolin Temple and sat facing a wall in meditation for 9 years. 9 years of just sitting, just breathing, just being. This practice, called zazen, or just sitting, became the cornerstone of Zen Buddhism. It is meditation stripped of all techniques, all goals, all striving. You simply sit and observe what is, without judgment, without preference, without commentary. Your breath continues its eternal rhythm, in and out, rising and falling. Like the tide responding to the moon, your breath moves according to natural law, effortless and precise. You don't need to control it. You don't need to perfect it. Simply allow it to breathe you, as it has breathed you since the moment you were born. The second great patriarch of Chan was Huika, who sought out Bodhidharma desperately, wanting to become his student. When Bodhidharma ignored him, Huika stood in the snow outside the cave where the master meditated. Still, Bodhidharma paid him no attention. Finally, to demonstrate his sincerity, Huika cut off his own arm and presented it to Bodhidharma. Bodhidharma turned and asked, "What do you want?" Huika replied, "My mind is not at peace. Please pacify my mind." Bodhidharma said, "Bring me your mind, and I will pacify it." Huika searched within himself, looking for his mind, trying to grasp it, to present it to his teacher. After a long moment, he said, "I cannot find my mind." Bodhidharma replied, "There, I have pacified your mind." In that instant, Huika awakened. He realized that the mind he was seeking was never lost. The peace he was searching for was never absent. His suffering came from the very act of seeking, from the belief that something was wrong, that he was incomplete, that he needed fixing. You too are already complete. Your mind is already at peace beneath the turbulence of thoughts and worries. Like the ocean floor, calm and still even when waves crash on the surface, your deepest nature is untouched by the storms of life. Scan your body now from head to toe. Notice your forehead, smooth and relaxed, your eyes closed and still, your jaw loose and soft, your shoulders dropped and heavy, your chest rising and falling with each breath, your belly soft and at ease, your hips, your legs, your feet, all supported, all held by the earth beneath you. You are held, you are safe, you are home.
Part 3. The Golden Age of Zen. The Tang dynasty in China, spanning from the 7th to the 10th century, is considered the Golden Age of Chan Buddhism. During this time, a remarkable flowering of enlightened teachers appeared, each with their own unique style and teaching method. They gathered students in remote monasteries, often in the mountains, away from the distractions of ordinary life. One of the most famous of these masters was Mazu Daoyi, known for his unconventional and sometimes shocking teaching methods. He would shout at students, hit them with his stick, or respond to their profound questions with seemingly nonsensical answers. But beneath this apparent craziness was a deep wisdom. Mazu understood that the intellect alone could never grasp the truth of Zen. Sometimes the mind needs to be shocked out of its habitual patterns. A monk once asked Mazu, "What is Buddha?" Mazu replied, "Mind is Buddha." Later, another monk asked the same question, and Mazu answered, "No mind, no Buddha." When asked the contradiction, Mazu said, "I use the first to stop the baby from crying. When the crying stops, I say, no mind, no Buddha." This is the skillful means of the Zen master. Words are used to point beyond words. Concepts are employed to transcend concepts. The teacher gives you something to hold on to, then snatches it away, leaving you empty-handed and free. Another great master of this period was Huangbo Si-yun, whose teachings were recorded by his student, the scholar Pei Xiu. Huangbo taught that the mind is the Buddha, and the Buddha is the mind. There is no Buddha outside of mind, and no mind outside of Buddha. All seeking, all practice, all effort to become enlightened only takes you further from what you already are. Huangbo said, "The foolish reject what they see, not what they think. The wise reject what they think, not what they see." In other words, the problem is not with the world of appearances, but with our thoughts about the world, our judgments, our interpretations, our stories. Let your thoughts drift now like clouds across the vast sky of your awareness. Each thought appears, drifts by, and dissolves. You don't need to grab onto them. You don't need to push them away. Simply watch as they come and go, as they have always come and gone, as they will continue to come and go. The sky of your awareness is never disturbed by the clouds. It remains spacious, clear, and pristine, whether clouds are present or absent. You are that sky. You are that unchanging awareness in which all experiences appear and disappear. One of the most important developments during this period was the emergence of koans as a systematic teaching tool. A koan is a story, dialogue, or question that cannot be answered by the logical, rational mind. It is designed to create what Zen calls the great doubt, a state of profound questioning that exhausts the thinking mind and opens the door to direct insight. Perhaps the most famous koan is Joshu's Mu. A monk asked Joshu, "Does a dog have Buddha nature?" Joshu replied, "Mu," which means no or nothing. But this is strange because Buddhist teaching says that all beings have Buddha nature. So what did Joshu mean? This koan has been contemplated by Zen students for over 1,000 years. It's not meant to be solved intellectually. Rather, you must become the koan, merge with it, sit with it until the question and the questioner dissolve into each other. Mu, mu, mu. Let the sound resonate in your mind. Mu. Neither yes nor no, neither something nor nothing. Mu. The sound of one hand clapping. Mu. Your original face before your parents were born. Mu. But don't try to figure it out.
Don't try to analyze it. Just let the words sink deeper and deeper, carrying you down into the wordless depths of your being, where all koans are answered in silence, where all questions dissolve in the vast ocean of being. Another famous koan asks, what is the sound of one hand clapping? Usually, clapping requires two hands, but if there were a sound of one hand clapping, what would it be? Listen now in the silence of your mind. Can you hear it? Don't listen with your ears, listen with your whole being. The silence between sounds is also sound. The space between thoughts is also consciousness. The emptiness that seems like nothing is actually the fullness of everything. These paradoxes are the language of Zen, pointing to a truth that lies beyond all language. Your body is growing heavier and heavier now, so heavy that you might forget where your body ends and the bed begins. So heavy that you're sinking down, 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 through the mattress, through the floor, through the earth itself, sinking into infinite depth, infinite peace, infinite rest.
Part 4. The Transmission of the Lamp. In the Zen tradition, enlightenment is said to be transmitted from master to student, from heart-mind to heart-mind, beyond words and teachings. This is called the transmission of the lamp. One lamp lights another, and that lamp lights another, creating an unbroken lineage of awakened beings stretching back to the Buddha himself. But what is transmitted? Not information, not techniques, not secret teachings. What is transmitted is the direct recognition of one's own Buddha nature. The master serves as a mirror, reflecting back to the student their own true face. In the presence of someone who is awake, awakeness recognizes itself. One of the most beautiful stories of transmission concerns the sixth patriarch of Chan Buddhism, a man named Huineng. He was an illiterate woodcutter who had never studied Buddhist philosophy or meditation. One day, while delivering firewood to a customer, he overheard someone reciting the Diamond Sutra, a Buddhist text. When he heard the line, "Let your mind flow freely without dwelling on anything," something awakened in him. He sought out the fifth patriarch, Hongren, who was old and looking for a successor. To test his monks, Hongren asked each of them to write a poem expressing their understanding of Dharma. The head monk, Shen Shu, wrote, "The body is the Bodhi tree. The mind is like a clear mirror standing. Take care to wipe it all the time. Allow no grain of dust to cling." This seemed wise. The mind is like a mirror that needs to be kept clean through constant practice and effort. Everyone praised the poem and assumed Shen Shu would become the next patriarch. But Huineng, the illiterate woodcutter, asked someone to write down his response. "Bodhi is fundamentally without any tree. The bright mirror is also not a stand. Fundamentally, there is not a single thing. Where could any dust be attracted?" In these lines, Huineng expressed the deepest truth of Zen. There is nothing to clean, nothing to polish, nothing to improve. From the very beginning, there is not a single thing. Your Buddha nature is not something that can be tainted or soiled. It is like empty space itself, pristine, clear, and pure by its very nature. When Hongren read this poem, he recognized that Huineng had realized the truth. In the middle of the night, he called Huineng to his room and transmitted the Dharma to him, making him the sixth patriarch. He gave Huineng the robe and bowl of the Buddha and told him to flee because the other monks would be jealous and might harm him. This story illustrates a key teaching of Zen. Enlightenment is not the result of scholarship or gradual self-improvement. It is a sudden recognition,
a direct seeing, an immediate awakening to what was always true. The great Zen masters call this sudden enlightenment. However, after sudden enlightenment comes what they call gradual cultivation. The initial glimpse of your true nature must be integrated, deepened, and embodied in daily life. Awakening is both sudden and gradual, both instantaneous and progressive. Both are true. Your breathing has become so slow and gentle now, so quiet that you can barely notice it. Your chest rises almost imperceptibly. Your body has entered a state of deep rest, the kind of rest that heals, that restores, that renews every cell, every fiber, every atom of your being. In Zen temples, monks wake before dawn to practice zazen, sitting meditation. They sit perfectly still, with straight backs and focused minds for hours at a time. But the meditation is not separate from daily life. After sitting, they work, cleaning, cooking, gardening, maintaining the temple. Every action is performed with complete attention, with the same quality of presence they bring to formal meditation. There is a Zen saying, "Before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water." The activities remain the same. What changes is the quality of awareness you bring to them. The awakened person is not somewhere else doing something special. They are right here, fully present, chopping wood and carrying water with total attention and care. This is the great ordinariness of Zen. Enlightenment doesn't make you special or different. It doesn't give you supernatural powers or remove you from human life. It simply allows you to be fully human, fully present, fully alive in each moment, no matter how ordinary or mundane. Tomorrow, when you wake from this sleep, you will return to your ordinary activities. You will eat breakfast, perhaps go to work, interact with others, deal with challenges and responsibilities. Bring the spirit of Zen to these activities. Do each thing completely. When you eat, just eat. When you walk, just walk. When you listen, just listen. This is meditation in action. This is the practice of presence, not as something you do for a few minutes a day, but as the very essence of your life, the quality you bring to every moment, every encounter, every breath.
Part 5. The Flowering of Japanese Zen. In the 12th and 13th centuries, Zen Buddhism crossed the sea from China to Japan, where it took root and flourished in new forms. The Japanese temperament, with its appreciation for simplicity, naturalness, and austere beauty, was perfectly suited to Zen teaching. Two major schools of Zen established themselves in Japan: Rinzai Zen, which emphasized the use of koans to provoke sudden awakening, and Soto Zen, which focused on the practice of shikantaza, or just sitting, with no goal, no technique, no striving for enlightenment. Isai, who brought Rinzai Zen to Japan, established monasteries and attracted samurai warriors as students. The samurai were drawn to Zen because it taught fearlessness, presence, and complete absorption in the moment, qualities essential for martial arts and warfare. But the Zen they learned was not about becoming better killers. It was about confronting death with equanimity, living each moment as if it were your last, and finding peace in the midst of chaos. The great Rinzai master Hakuin lived in the 18th century and revitalized Zen teaching in Japan. He systematized koan practice and wrote extensively about his own struggles and realizations. Hakuin described experiencing the Great Doubt,
a state of such intense questioning that eating and sleeping became almost impossible. He pushed himself to the edge of madness in his pursuit of enlightenment. Finally, while begging for food in a village, he heard the sound of a temple bell. In that instant, all his doubt shattered like a broken mirror. He realized that he had always been enlightened, that enlightenment was not something to achieve, but something to recognize. The sound of the bell did not give him anything new. It simply woke him up to what had always been there. Hakuin later created a famous koan, "What is the sound of one hand clapping?" This became one of the most widely used koans in Rinzai Zen practice, confronted by thousands of students over the centuries, each one wrestling with its mystery, each one finding their own answer in the silence beyond all sound. Feel that silence now, the silence that contains all sounds, the stillness that contains all movement, the emptiness that contains all form. Rest in it, dissolve into it, let it hold you like a mother holds her sleeping child. The other major school, Soto Zen, was brought to Japan by Dogen Zenji, one of the most profound Buddhist philosophers who ever lived. Dogen emphasized the practice of Zazen as enlightenment itself, not as a means to achieve enlightenment. He taught that sitting in meditation is not preparation for becoming a Buddha. Sitting is the expression of your Buddha nature. You don't sit in order to become enlightened. Sitting itself is enlightenment. Dogen wrote, "To study the Buddha way is to study the self. To study the self is to forget the self. To forget the self is to be enlightened by all things. To be enlightened by all things is to remove the barriers between oneself and others." This is perhaps the most concise description of the Zen path ever written. The journey begins with self-inquiry. Who am I? What is this? What is the nature of my mind? But as you investigate, the self you thought you were dissolves. You realize that there is no fixed, permanent, separate self. There is only this flow of experience, this stream of consciousness, this dance of phenomena arising and passing away. When the illusion of a separate self falls away, you discover your unity with all things. The barriers dissolve. You are not isolated, not separate, not alone. You are the entire universe experiencing itself from this particular vantage point. Your consciousness is the consciousness of the cosmos. Your breath is the breath of existence itself. Let this truth permeate your being now. You are not separate from the bed you're lying on, the room you're in, the earth beneath you. You are not separate from the stars in the sky, the trees in the forest, the oceans covering the planet. All of this is your body. All of this is yourself. Dogen also taught about the nature of time in a way that is uniquely Zen. He said that time does not flow from past to future. Rather, time is the very nature of existence. Each moment is complete in itself, whole and perfect, not moving toward anything, not coming from anywhere. This moment, right now, is not a point on a timeline. It is eternity itself. So there is no need to wait for some future enlightenment, no need to regret the past or long for a different present. This moment, exactly as it is, with all its ordinariness and imperfection, is the only moment there ever is. It is always now. It will always be now. The eternal now is the only reality. Breathe into this eternal now. Let the past dissolve behind you. Let the future vanish ahead of you. There is only this breath, this heartbeat, this sensation, this awareness. Nothing more, nothing less, nothing missing, nothing extra.
Part 6. Zen, Arts and Culture. One of the unique contributions of Japanese Zen has been its influence on the arts and culture. Zen aesthetics value simplicity, naturalness, and the beauty of imperfection. This is expressed in the concept of wabi-sabi, which finds beauty in things that are humble, worn, imperfect, and impermanent. The Japanese tea ceremony, developed by Zen monks, is a meditation in action. Every movement is prescribed and performed with complete attention. Preparing the tea, serving the tea, drinking the tea. Each action is done with wholehearted presence. The tea ceremony is not about the tea itself, but about the quality of awareness brought to the entire ritual. In the small, simple tea room, decorated with a single flower and a scroll of calligraphy, time seems to slow down. For those brief moments, there is nothing else in the universe but this bowl of tea, this company of friends, this expression of beauty and harmony. Similarly, Zen monks developed ink painting or sumi-e as a spiritual practice. With just black ink and white paper, they captured the essence of mountains, bamboo, plum blossoms, and birds. The paintings are simple, executed with just a few brush strokes, but they convey a deep feeling of aliveness and presence. The key to Zen painting is spontaneity. There is no preliminary sketch, no plan, no hesitation. The artist empties the mind, becomes one with the brush, and lets the painting emerge naturally, without thinking, without trying. The result is not always perfect, but it is always authentic, alive, real. This principle of spontaneity applies to life itself. When you stop planning, stop calculating, stop trying to control every outcome, life flows more naturally. You respond to each situation with freshness and authenticity, rather than with habitual patterns and strategies. Zen calligraphy, the art of writing characters with brush and ink, also expresses this principle. A Zen master's calligraphy is valued not for its technical perfection, but for the quality of mind it reveals. You can see in the brush strokes whether the calligrapher was tense or relaxed, distracted or focused, forcing or flowing. The same is true of your own life. Your actions, your words, your presence reveal the quality of your consciousness. When you are anxious and grasping, others feel it. When you are peaceful and present, that peace is transmitted. Zen gardens with their raked gravel and carefully placed rocks create spaces for contemplation. The patterns in the gravel suggest flowing water. The rocks suggest mountains or islands, but nothing is stated explicitly. Everything is suggestion, intimation, silence. In the garden, you sit quietly and let your mind settle. The simplicity of the design eliminates distraction. There is nothing to do, nowhere to go, nothing to understand. Just sit and let the garden work its magic on your consciousness. Your bedroom tonight is your Zen garden. The darkness is the raked gravel. The silence is the empty space. Your body, lying still, is the rock, solid and grounded. Let the garden of night enfold you. Let its simplicity heal the complexity of your mind. Haiku poetry, perfected by Zen practitioners like Basho, captures a single moment in just 17 syllables. A haiku is not about expressing ideas or emotions. It presents a clear image and lets that image reverberate in the reader's mind. Basho wrote, "An old silent pond. A frog jumps into the pond. Splash. Silence again."
In these 3 lines, an entire universe is contained. The silence before, the sudden splash, the return to silence. The eternal cycle of stillness, activity, and stillness again. The sound arising from silence and dissolving back into silence. This is the rhythm of existence itself. Your own mind follows this pattern. Thoughts arise like the frog jumping, disturbing the quiet surface. Then they dissolve and silence returns. The silence is always there, underlying everything, like the pond itself remains even when ripples cross its surface. Another haiku by Basho. The temple bell stops, but the sound keeps coming, out of the flowers. The sound doesn't really come from the flowers, of course, but in the deep silence after the bell has stopped ringing, every small sound becomes vivid. The buzz of a bee, the rustle of petals in the breeze. The world is constantly singing, but we only hear it when we stop and listen. Listen now. Even in the silence of your room, there are subtle sounds. The hum of electricity, the settling of the house, your own heartbeat. The world is alive, always speaking, always singing its silent song.
Part 7. The Oxherding Pictures. In Zen tradition, there's a series of 10 pictures called the Oxherding Pictures that illustrate the stages of spiritual development. The ox represents your true nature, your Buddha mind, your original self. The pictures show the journey from searching for the ox to finding it, taming it, and ultimately transcending all concepts of searching and finding. In the first picture, you don't even know the ox exists. You are lost, confused, seeking happiness in external things. This is the state of most people most of the time. We look for fulfillment in success, relationships, possessions, experiences, never realizing that what we seek is already within us. In the second picture, you glimpse the ox's tracks. You've heard about enlightenment, read spiritual books, perhaps started meditating. You sense that there is something more to life than what you've been told, something deeper and more real. In the third picture, you catch sight of the ox itself. You have a glimpse of your true nature, a moment of awakening. It might come during meditation, in nature, or completely unexpectedly. Suddenly, you see through the illusion of separation. You experience yourself as consciousness itself, vast and limitless. But the glimpse is fleeting. In the fourth picture, you catch the ox, but it's wild and difficult to control. Your insights come and go. Sometimes you feel clear and awake, other times confused and lost. This is the stage of practice, of discipline, of training the mind. In the fifth picture, you tame the ox. Your meditation practice deepens. Mindfulness becomes more continuous. You're no longer buffeted by every thought and emotion. You have found some stability, some peace. In the sixth picture, you ride the ox home. You integrate your spiritual realization into daily life. You don't need to sit in meditation all day to feel peaceful. You carry your practice with you into work, relationships, mundane activities. In the seventh picture, the ox is transcended. You realize that the distinction between practice and non-practice, enlightenment and delusion, is itself a duality to be released. There never was an ox to find. There never was a search. There never was anyone lost or found. In the eighth picture, both ox and self are forgotten. There is just this vast emptiness, this clear awareness without subject or object, without inside or outside. This is the realization of absolute truth, of pure being. But the journey doesn't end there. In the ninth picture,
You return to the source, to the ordinary world of trees and rivers, birth and death, morning and evening. Everything is seen freshly, as if for the first time. A flower is just a flower, radiant in its simple existence. And in the 10th picture, you return to the marketplace with helping hands. Having awakened, you don't withdraw from the world. You engage with it fully, serving others, helping to alleviate suffering, expressing your realization through compassionate action. These 10 pictures describe not a linear journey, but a spiral. You may cycle through these stages many times, each time going deeper, understanding more fully, embodying more completely. Where are you in your journey? It doesn't matter. Wherever you are is exactly where you need to be. The search itself is part of the journey. The confusion is part of the clarity. Even being lost is a kind of being found. Your breath continues, carrying you deeper and deeper into rest. Each exhale is a letting go, a release, a small death. Each inhale is a renewal, a rebirth, a fresh beginning. This is the cycle of existence, playing out in miniature with every breath.
Part 8. The 3 Poisons and Their Antidotes. In Buddhist teaching, there are 3 root causes of suffering, called the 3 poisons: greed, anger, and delusion. All suffering, all conflict, all dissatisfaction arises from these 3. Greed, or attachment, is the endless craving for more pleasure, more security, more status, more experiences. We believe that if we just acquire the right things, achieve the right goals, or have the right experiences, then we'll finally be happy. But happiness based on getting what we want is always temporary. We get what we want, enjoy it briefly, then return to wanting something else. The antidote to greed is generosity and contentment. When you practice giving freely without expectation of return, you realize that your worth is not determined by what you possess. When you cultivate contentment with what you have, you discover that enough is enough. The simple things bring joy: a meal, a conversation, a sunset. Tonight, as you prepare for sleep, practice contentment. You don't need anything more than what you have right now. This bed, this quiet room, this moment of rest, it's all enough. It's more than enough. It's perfect. The second poison is anger, which includes hatred, resentment, and aversion. We push away what we don't like, resist what is, fight against reality as it is. We hold grudges, replay conflicts in our minds, imagine revenge, or simply tighten up against whatever is unpleasant. The antidote to anger is loving kindness and acceptance. When you cultivate love for all beings, including yourself and those who have hurt you, anger loses its grip. When you accept that things are as they are, not as you wish they were, you stop suffering from reality. This doesn't mean you become passive or tolerant of injustice. It means you respond to difficulties with wisdom and compassion rather than reactive hostility. You can work to change things that need changing while accepting the present moment exactly as it is. Right now, let go of any anger or resentment you're carrying. It's heavy, and you don't need to carry it into your sleep. Set it down. Release it. Forgive whoever needs forgiving, including yourself. Let it all dissolve in the vast space of awareness. The third poison is delusion, or ignorance. This is the fundamental misunderstanding of reality. We believe in a solid, separate, permanent self. We believe things are fixed and unchanging. We believe our thoughts and perceptions show us reality as it truly is. But all of this is delusion.
The self is a process, not a thing. Everything is constantly changing, impermanent, fluid, and our thoughts and perceptions are heavily conditioned by our past, our culture, our language, our desires and fears. The antidote to delusion is wisdom, seeing things as they truly are. This wisdom comes not from study or analysis, but from direct observation, from meditation, from looking deeply into the nature of experience itself. What you call you is actually a collection of changing phenomena. Your body changes constantly, growing, aging, healing, adapting. Your thoughts come and go like clouds. Your emotions arise and pass away like weather patterns. Your beliefs and opinions shift over time. Where in all this change is the fixed, permanent you? When you look closely, you can't find it. The one looking is also part of the flow, also changing, also empty of inherent existence. This is not a depressing realization, but a liberating one. When you see through the illusion of a separate, permanent self, you discover your true nature as boundless awareness, as the space in which all experiences appear and disappear. Rest in this awareness now. You are not the thoughts appearing in awareness. You are the awareness itself. You are not the feelings arising and passing. You are the vast space in which feelings come and go. You are not this body, growing heavy and tired. You are the consciousness that witnesses the body. Awareness itself never tires. It never sleeps. Even as your body enters deep sleep, awareness continues, silent and luminous, the background of all experience, the screen on which the movie of life plays.
Part 9. The Diamond Sutra and the Heart Sutra. Among all Buddhist texts, two sutras are particularly important in Zen, the Diamond Sutra and the Heart Sutra. These texts express the deepest teachings of Buddhism in crystallized form. The Diamond Sutra gets its name because diamond is the hardest substance, capable of cutting through anything. This sutra cuts through all concepts, all fixed ideas, all dualistic thinking. Its central teaching is that all phenomena are like dreams, like illusions, like bubbles, like shadows. They appear real, but have no inherent permanent existence. The sutra teaches that we should help all beings attain enlightenment while realizing that there are no beings, no enlightenment, and no one to attain it. This is the paradox of the Bodhisattva path. You engage wholeheartedly in compassionate action while knowing that ultimately there is no one acting, no one receiving help, and no action taking place. This is not nihilism. Things do exist in the conventional sense. Your suffering is real. Other people's suffering is real. But they exist in the way that a dream exists while you're dreaming it, vibrantly present but insubstantial, meaningful but ultimately empty. The Heart Sutra is even more radical. In just a few hundred words, it negates everything that Buddhism seems to be about. Form is emptiness. Emptiness is form, it declares. The physical world and emptiness are not two different things. Matter is nothing but empty space and energy. Empty space and energy manifest as matter. They are two aspects of the same reality. The sutra goes on to say that there is no suffering, no cause of suffering, no end of suffering, no path to the end of suffering. There is no wisdom, no attainment, nothing to attain. This seems to contradict everything the Buddha taught, but it's not a contradiction. It's pointing to the absolute truth that lies beyond all relative truths. From the absolute perspective, there is nothing to fix because nothing is broken. There is nowhere to go because you're already there. There is nothing to become because you already are what you seek.
the distinction between suffering and liberation, ignorance and enlightenment, samsara and nirvana is itself a concept, and all concepts are ultimately empty. But from the relative perspective, the perspective of daily life, suffering does exist, and the path does lead to its ending. Both perspectives are valid, both are true. The wise person can hold them both simultaneously, living in the world of form while knowing the truth of emptiness, helping to alleviate suffering while knowing that ultimately there is nothing to alleviate. The Heart Sutra ends with a mantra, Gate, Gate, Paragate, Parasamgate, Bodhi Swaha. This means gone, gone, gone beyond, gone completely beyond, awake, so be it. Gone beyond the dualism of subject and object, self and other, existence and non-existence. Gone beyond all concepts, all categories, all distinctions, completely awake to reality as it is. Let these words carry you now. Gone, gone, gone beyond. Let your waking consciousness dissolve. Let the boundary between sleeping and waking blur and disappear. Gone completely beyond the world of thoughts and worries, names and forms, into the clear light of pure awareness. Bodhi Swaha, awake in the heart of emptiness, awake in the depths of sleep, awake to the dreamlike nature of all experience. Awake, so be it.
Part 10. Zen in the Modern World. Zen Buddhism came to the West in the early 20th century, brought by Japanese teachers and popularized by Western writers and thinkers. D.T. Suzuki introduced Zen to American audiences through his books and lectures. Alan Watts made it accessible and appealing to the counterculture of the 1960s. Shunryu Suzuki founded the San Francisco Zen Center and taught that in the beginner's mind there are many possibilities, but in the expert's mind there are few. This beginner's mind is essential to Zen practice. It means approaching each moment freshly, without preconceptions, without the weight of past experiences coloring your perception. A child looks at the world with wonder, as if everything is being seen for the first time. The Zen practitioner cultivates this same quality of fresh, direct perception. Right now, can you experience this moment with beginner's mind? Can you feel the sensation of lying down as if you've never felt it before? Can you hear the silence as if you've never heard silence? Can you be aware of awareness itself, pristine and new? In the modern world, we face unique challenges. Technology has made our lives faster, more complex, more stimulating. We are constantly bombarded with information, constantly connected, constantly distracted. The practice of Zen becomes more important than ever. Zen teaches us to slow down, to do one thing at a time, to be fully present wherever we are. In a world of multitasking, Zen offers single tasking. In a world of constant distraction, Zen offers focus. In a world of endless noise, Zen offers silence. You don't need to go to a monastery or sit in a meditation hall to practice Zen. You can practice it right here, right now, in the midst of your ordinary life. When you wash the dishes, just wash the dishes. Feel the warm water on your hands. Notice the smell of soap. See the suds and bubbles. This is Zen. When you eat, just eat. Taste each bite. Chew slowly. Notice the textures, the flavors, the sensations. This is Zen. When you walk, just walk. Feel your feet touching the ground. Notice the rhythm of your steps. Be aware of the air on your skin, the sounds around you. This is Zen. The practice is simple, but it's not easy.
The mind constantly wanders, constantly gets distracted, constantly leaves the present moment for thoughts about the past or future. But each time you notice that you've wandered, you can gently return to the present. This returning is the practice. This is meditation. Thich Nhat Hanh, a Vietnamese Zen master, taught the practice of mindfulness in everyday life. He created a community where people practice mindful walking, mindful eating, mindful working. He showed that peace is available in every moment if we know how to touch it. He wrote, "Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment." These simple words contain the entire practice. Breathe consciously, smile gently, return to the present, recognize the wonder of existence. Your breathing now is so gentle, so slow. You're balanced on the edge between waking and sleeping, in that liminal space where anything is possible, where the veils between worlds are thin, where truth reveals itself naturally.
Part 11. Death and Dying in Zen. One of the most distinctive features of Zen is its approach to death. Zen monks traditionally contemplate death regularly, not morbidly, but as a practice for appreciating life. When you realize that death could come at any moment, each moment becomes precious. There is a Zen practice called meditation on death, where you imagine your own death in vivid detail. What happens to your body? How do your loved ones react? What remains when you're gone? This practice, far from being depressing, actually makes life more vivid, more real, more meaningful. The great Zen masters often faced death with extraordinary equanimity. When Zen master Ikkyu was dying, his students gathered around, expecting some profound final teaching. But Ikkyu said only, "I really don't want to die." His students were shocked. Wasn't he supposed to be beyond all attachment, completely ready for death? But one student understood. He smiled and said, "That's the most Zen thing you could have said." Because true Zen is not about denying reality or pretending to be beyond human experience. It's about being completely honest, completely present with what is. Ikkyu didn't want to die, and he said so. That was his final teaching, complete authenticity. Another master, when asked about what happens after death, picked up his staff and traced a line in the air. Before this line, there is life. After this line, there is death. But the line itself, where is the line? When exactly does life become death? Can you find the exact moment? This is the Zen approach to the great mystery. We don't know what happens after death. The honest answer is, I don't know. But we can explore the nature of life and death while we're alive. We can see that life and death are not separate things, but two aspects of one reality, like two sides of a coin. Right now, as you lie here, you're practicing a kind of death. Sleep is called the little death because consciousness recedes, the ego dissolves, and you enter an unknown realm. Every night you die to the waking world. Every morning you're reborn. This nightly cycle mirrors the larger cycle of birth and death. If you can surrender to sleep without fear, without resistance, simply letting go and allowing unconsciousness to take you, you're practicing for the final letting go. Relax your grip on consciousness now. You don't need to hold on. You don't need to stay alert. Let go, let go, let go. Die to this day. Die to your identity. Die to your story. Let it all dissolve in the darkness, knowing that you'll be renewed, refreshed, reborn in the morning. Part 12. The Precepts, Ethical Living. While Zen emphasizes meditation and direct experience, it also includes ethical guidelines called precepts. These are not commandments handed down by a divine authority. They are principles that naturally arise from awakened consciousness, guidelines for living in harmony with reality. The first precept is, do not kill. This is usually interpreted as protecting all life, not taking life unnecessarily, being aware of the impact of your choices on other beings. In the deepest sense, it means not killing the life in this present moment by dwelling in the past or future, not killing your own Buddha nature by believing you're deficient or incomplete. The second precept is, do not steal. Don't take what's not given, but also don't steal time from this present moment by being elsewhere in your mind. Don't steal from yourself by denying your own needs and truth. The third precept is, do not misuse sexuality. This points to the importance of respect, consent, and non-exploitation in intimate relationships. It means not using others for your own gratification, but meeting them as whole persons, worthy of dignity and care. The fourth precept is, do not lie. Speak truthfully, but also live truthfully. Don't lie to yourself about who you are and what you're feeling. Don't pretend to be something you're not. Authenticity is the essence of this precept. The fifth precept is, do not cloud the mind with intoxicants. This doesn't necessarily mean total abstinence, but rather maintaining clarity, not using substances to escape reality, not habitually numbing yourself to what is. These precepts are not rules to follow out of fear of punishment. They're expressions of wisdom. When you're awake, when you're present, when you're in touch with your Buddha nature, you naturally act in ways that are harmless and helpful. You don't need rules to tell you not to hurt others. Your own compassion guides you. As you drift deeper into sleep, your conscious control over your actions falls away. But even in dreams, your essential nature remains. Even in deep sleep, when all sense of self dissolves, the Buddha nature continues, silent and luminous, never absent, never diminished.
Part 13. The 10,000 Things. There is a Zen saying, before enlightenment, mountains are mountains and rivers are rivers. During enlightenment, mountains are no longer mountains and rivers are no longer rivers. After enlightenment, mountains are once again mountains and rivers are once again rivers. What does this mean? Before awakening, you see the world as solid, separate, objectively real. Mountains are mountains, big, heavy, made of rock. Rivers are rivers, flowing water, nothing more. Then you begin to see through the surface appearance. You realize that mountains are not solid objects, but collections of atoms, mostly empty space. Rivers are not things, but processes, constantly changing, never the same from one moment to the next. The apparent solidity of the world dissolves into flux, into energy, into emptiness. But if you stop there, you're stuck in a kind of nihilism. If nothing is real, if everything is empty, then what's the point? This is where some people get lost, mistaking emptiness for nothingness, mistaking the deconstruction of concepts for the destruction of reality. The final realization is that form and emptiness are not separate. Mountains are indeed mountains. They exist in the conventional sense. They have their own being, their own nature. But they're also empty of inherent, independent existence. They arise from causes and conditions. They depend on everything else. They participate in the vast web of interconnection that is reality. After enlightenment, you see mountains and rivers with fresh eyes. They're no longer just inert objects. They're alive, sacred, expressions of the Buddha nature. Every grain of sand preaches the Dharma. Every drop of water is enlightenment itself. The 10,000 things, this is the traditional Chinese expression for all phenomena, all the forms and beings that make up the universe. The awakened person sees that all 10,000 things are expressions of the one reality, waves on the surface of the one ocean. You are one of these 10,000 things, arising and passing away, unique and precious, part of the great dance of existence. Your body, lying here in the dark, is made of stardust, of ancient elements forged in the hearts of dying stars. Your consciousness is the universe becoming aware of itself, the cosmos reflecting on its own nature. What a miracle this is! What an impossible, inexplicable wonder! That atoms should arrange themselves into you, that unconscious matter should produce consciousness, that the universe should wake up and say, I am. Appreciate this miracle as you fall asleep. You are the universe falling asleep. You are consciousness voluntarily relinquishing its hold on form, dissolving back into the void from which it emerged, trusting that it will emerge again in the morning, fresh and renewed.
Part 14. Mu. The Gateless Gate opens. We return now to the koan with which we began this journey, Mu. A monk asked Master Joshu, "Does a dog have Buddha nature?" Joshu answered, Mu. What is this Mu? It's not a word, it's not a concept, it's not an answer to the question. It's the sound of the gateless gate opening, the sound of your own mind breaking free from the prison of dualistic thinking. For months or even years, a Zen student might sit with this koan, asking again and again, what is Mu? They might try to understand it intellectually, but the intellect always fails. They might try to have a special experience, but no experience is Mu. They might try to become enlightened, but the trying itself is the obstacle. Finally, exhausted, having tried everything, the student gives up. And in that moment of giving up, of letting go of all seeking, all striving, all hope of understanding, Mu reveals itself, not as something understood, but as something lived, something that has always been there, the ground of being itself. Mu is the sound before sound, the silence before the first word, the emptiness pregnant with all possibilities. Mu is what you are before you think about what you are. Mu is this moment, just this, nothing added, nothing subtracted. Feel Mu now. Don't try to understand it. Feel it in your body, in your breath, in the darkness behind your closed eyes. Mu, the sound of one hand. Mu, your original face. Mu, the present moment, naked and immediate. Let Mu dissolve all your questions. Let Mu silence all your thoughts. Let Mu carry you into the deepest sleep, into the dreamless dark, into the void that is not empty, but full, infinitely full, the fullness from which all things emerge and to which all things return. Mu, Mu, Mu. Part 15. Coming Home. The journey of Zen is often described as a journey home, but it's a strange kind of journey because you're already home. You never left, you only forgot. The practice is simply remembering, recognizing, returning to what has always been true. Home is not a place, it's not a state of mind, it's not an achievement or an attainment. Home is this moment, this breath, this awareness. Home is the simple presence of being, before all the stories, before all the seeking, before all the suffering. When you were born, you came from nowhere and nothing. Before your birth, where were you? What were you?
There was no you, no identity, no story, no problems. There was only the vast potential of existence, the infinite possibility, the pregnant void. And when you die, you'll return to that same nowhere, that same nothing. The you that you think you are will dissolve like a dream dissolves upon waking. The story will end, the character will exit the stage. But the awareness that witnesses the story never ends. It was there before you were born, and it will be there after you die. It is the eternal witness, the unchanging background, the screen on which all experience appears. This awareness is your true home, not the body which changes daily, not the mind which is never still, not your possessions or relationships or achievements, but awareness itself, pure, simple, always present. And the miracle is that you don't need to find this home. You don't need to travel to it. You are already there. You have always been there. The search itself is what takes you away from it. When you stop searching, you discover you're already home. Rest in this homecoming now. Let your whole being relax into the truth that there is nowhere to go, nothing to become, nothing to fix. You are home. You have always been home. You will always be home. The night wraps around you like a soft blanket. The darkness holds you gently. Your breath flows in and out like waves on a peaceful shore. Everything is exactly as it should be. Nothing is missing. Nothing is wrong. You are complete, whole, perfect, exactly as you are. Sleep now, dear one. Sleep deeply and peacefully, and know that even in sleep you are home. Even in dreams you are home. Even in the deepest darkness, the light of awareness continues, silent and luminous, never absent, never diminished, eternal and unchanging. Welcome home.
Part 17. The Nature of Mind, Mirror, Moon, and Water. Zen teachings often use metaphors to point toward the nature of mind. These images help us understand what cannot ultimately be captured in concepts. The mind is like a mirror, the teachers say. A mirror reflects everything that appears before it, beautiful and ugly, pleasant and unpleasant, without preference, without judgment. When an object is removed from before the mirror, no trace remains. The mirror doesn't hold on to what it has reflected. This is how your natural mind functions when unobstructed by attachment and aversion. Experiences arise in awareness, are known fully, and dissolve, leaving no residue. The problem is not with experiences themselves, but with our tendency to grasp what we like and push away what we don't like, creating tension and suffering. Tonight, let your mind be like a mirror. Thoughts appear in awareness, let them appear. Feelings arise, let them arise. Sensations occur, let them occur. But don't grasp any of them. Don't push any away. Simply reflect them, know them, allow them to pass on, leaving the mirror of awareness clear and pristine. Another metaphor speaks of the moon reflected in water. The moon is consciousness, vast and luminous in the sky. The water is the individual mind reflecting that consciousness. When the water is turbulent with waves of thought and emotion, the moon's reflection is broken into many fragments, scattered and unclear. When the water is still, the reflection is perfect, whole, complete.
But here's the key understanding. Whether the water is still or turbulent, the moon itself remains unchanged. Your essential nature, your Buddha mind, is never actually disturbed by the turbulence of thoughts and emotions. Only the reflection appears disturbed. You are the moon, not the reflection. You are the vast consciousness, not the individual mind that reflects it. The storms of life may agitate the surface, but in your depths you remain forever calm, forever clear, forever whole. Feel that depth now. Sink beneath the surface waves of mental activity, down, down, down to the profound stillness at the bottom of the ocean of your being. Nothing disturbs this depth. No storm reaches it. It is eternally at peace. There's yet another teaching about the moon and water. It says that one moon appears in every body of water, in the ocean, in rivers, in lakes, in puddles, in a single drop of dew. One moon, countless reflections. One consciousness seemingly divided into countless individual beings. The moon doesn't split into many moons. It remains one moon, but it appears everywhere water exists to reflect it. Similarly, there is only one consciousness, one awareness, one Buddha nature, but it manifests through billions of beings, each experiencing themselves as separate, each seeing the world from their unique perspective. You are that one consciousness experiencing itself as you. Every other being is that same consciousness experiencing itself as them. When you look into someone's eyes, you are consciousness looking at itself, the universe meeting itself, God greeting God. This doesn't mean everyone is the same or that individual differences don't matter. The ocean is one, but each wave is unique. The moon is one, but each reflection is distinct. Unity and diversity coexist. The absolute and the relative interpenetrate. This is the profound mystery of existence. Part 18. Impermanence, the teaching of constant change. One of the fundamental teachings of Buddhism is impermanence, anicca in Pali, the language of the earliest Buddhist texts. Everything changes, nothing stays the same. Even what appears solid and permanent is in constant flux. Your body is changing every moment. Cells die and are replaced. Atoms come and go. The body you have now is not the body you had 7 years ago. Nearly every cell has been replaced. Yet you feel like the same person. Where is the continuity? Where is the unchanging self? Your mind changes even faster than your body. Thoughts arise and disappear in seconds. Moods shift throughout the day. Opinions evolve over years. Memories fade and transform. What you were certain yesterday, you may doubt tomorrow. What you loved last year may bore you now. Everything in the external world changes too. Relationships begin and end, jobs come and go, possessions are acquired and lost, cities rise and fall, civilizations flourish and collapse, mountains erode over eons, stars are born and die. Even the universe itself, scientists tell us, had a beginning and will have an end. This teaching of impermanence might seem depressing at first. If everything changes, if nothing lasts, what's the point? Why care about anything? Why build anything? Why love anyone if they're going to die? But impermanence is actually deeply liberating. Because things change, suffering doesn't last forever. Because things change, healing is possible. Because things change, growth and transformation are built into the fabric of reality. Nothing is fixed, nothing is frozen. Everything is alive, dynamic, flowing.
And here's the deepest teaching. If everything is impermanent, then even impermanence is impermanent. The teaching itself is impermanent. The Buddha is impermanent. Buddhism is impermanent. Nothing can be held on to, not even the teachings that tell you not to hold on. This radical letting go, this complete release of all fixed positions, all certainties, all beliefs, this is freedom. When you stop trying to make anything permanent, when you stop resisting the flow of change, you find yourself flowing with life rather than struggling against it. Surrender to this flow now. Surrender to the changes happening in your body, the relaxation deepening, the consciousness dimming, the transition from waking to sleeping. Don't resist, don't hold on to wakefulness. Let it go. Let yourself be carried by the current of natural process into the deep waters of sleep.
Part 19. Interconnection. Indra's Net. While impermanence describes the vertical dimension of existence, how things change through time, interconnection describes the horizontal dimension, how everything relates to everything else in this moment. Buddhism teaches pratitya samutpada, usually translated as dependent arising or interdependent arising. This means that nothing exists independently, in isolation, by itself. Everything arises in dependence on causes and conditions. Everything is connected to everything else in an infinite web of mutual causation. There's a beautiful image from the Avatamsaka Sutra called Indra's Net. Imagine an infinite net stretching in all directions. At each node of the net is a jewel. Each jewel reflects all the other jewels, and in each reflection you can see all the other jewels reflected. Infinite reflections of reflections, endless interconnection. This is the nature of reality. You are one jewel in Indra's net, but you contain reflections of all other jewels. Everything you are has been influenced by countless beings, events, and causes, and everything you do influences countless others in ways you'll never fully know. Think about your body. It's made of food you've eaten, which came from plants and animals, which came from nuclear fusion in the sun, which came from the collapse of earlier stars, which came from the Big Bang. Your body is quite literally made of stardust, of the recycled remains of stars that died billions of years ago. Your mind is equally interconnected. Every thought you think has been influenced by language, which was created by countless humans over millennia. Every belief you hold came from parents, teachers, books, experiences, culture. Even your sense of being a separate individual is a learned concept, something your culture taught you. And everything you do ripples outward, affecting others in ways you cannot predict. A kind word might change someone's day, which might affect their interactions with others, which might ripple out indefinitely. A small action might have enormous consequences, like the butterfly effect in chaos theory. A butterfly flapping its wings in Brazil might contribute to a tornado in Texas. This interconnection means that you're not as separate as you think. The boundary between you and not you is fuzzy, permeable, ultimately illusory. Where do you end and the world begin? You breathe air that was just in the trees. You're warmed by sunlight that left the sun 8 minutes ago. You're pulled by the gravity of the moon, the earth, the entire galaxy. Thich Nhat Hanh coined the term interbeing to describe this reality. We don't just exist, we inter-are. We are made entirely of non-self elements. Looking deeply into a flower, he wrote, you can see the sun, the rain, the soil, the gardener, the ancestors of the gardener, the entire universe. The flower is empty of a separate self, but full of everything else.
You too are empty of a separate self, but full of the entire universe. You are not a lonely, isolated ego, but rather a unique expression of the whole cosmos. You are the universe experiencing itself from this particular perspective, in this particular moment. Feel this interconnection now. You are not isolated here in your bed. You are held by the earth, warmed by the atmosphere, breathing air that has been breathed by countless beings. You are participating in the vast, intricate dance of existence, playing your unique part in the cosmic symphony. Let this awareness dissolve any sense of loneliness or separation. You are never alone. You are intimately connected with all of existence at every moment, in every breath. You are held by the web of life, supported by countless seen and unseen causes and conditions. Rest in this web of connection. Let yourself be held by the infinite net. You are safe here, woven into the fabric of existence, an essential thread in the tapestry of being. Part 20. Compassion, the heart of the Bodhisattva. Zen Buddhism, while emphasizing meditation and direct insight, never forgets compassion. In fact, wisdom and compassion are said to be the two wings of enlightenment. Without both, you cannot fly. The Bodhisattva is the Buddhist ideal, a being who has awakened but chooses to remain in the world to help others awaken. The Bodhisattva vow is to save all beings before entering final nirvana. But since beings are numberless, this is an impossible vow. The Bodhisattva commits to an endless task, to eternal service, motivated purely by love. There's a beautiful teaching here. When you realize your interconnection with all beings, their suffering becomes your suffering. Their joy becomes your joy. You cannot be fully happy while others suffer, because there is no absolute boundary between you and them. Their pain is your pain. This is not a sentimental feeling, but a direct perception of reality. When your hand hurts, your whole body responds. When one part of humanity suffers, the whole of humanity is diminished. We are not separate. We are organs of one body, waves of one ocean, expressions of one reality. True compassion arises spontaneously from this understanding. It's not forced or fabricated. It's not based on duty or guilt. It flows naturally from wisdom, like water flows downhill. When you see clearly, you love naturally. When you understand deeply, you care automatically. The Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara embodies this compassion. In some depictions, this bodhisattva has 1,000 arms, each with an eye in the palm, representing the ability to see suffering everywhere and respond with skillful help. In other depictions, Avalokiteshvara weeps, and each tear becomes a universe. This image speaks to the depth of compassion, not just feeling sorry for others, but feeling with them, suffering with them, rejoicing with them. The Tibetan term for compassion, ningye, literally means noble heart. Compassion is not weakness, but strength, not pity, but empowerment. You have this compassionate heart within you. It's not something you need to develop from scratch. It's already there, inherent in your Buddha nature. Sometimes it gets covered over by selfishness, fear, hurt, or habits of indifference, but underneath it remains, waiting to be uncovered. Think now of someone you love. Feel the warmth in your heart when you think of them. Feel how naturally you want them to be happy, to be free from suffering. This is compassion. Now expand that feeling. Think of someone you feel neutral about, a stranger or acquaintance. Can you wish for their happiness too? Now, more challenging, think of someone you have difficulty with, someone who has hurt you or whom you don't like. Can you wish for their happiness? Can you see that they too suffer? Can you understand that their unskillful actions come from their own pain, confusion, and delusion? This doesn't mean you condone harmful actions or allow yourself to be mistreated. Compassion includes healthy boundaries and wise discernment, but it means seeing the humanity in everyone, recognizing that all beings want to be happy and avoid suffering, even when they go about it in misguided ways. The ultimate compassion extends even to yourself. Many people are harder on themselves than they would ever be on others. They criticize themselves mercilessly, judge themselves harshly, deny themselves kindness and forgiveness. But you too deserve compassion. You too are doing your best with the understanding you have. You too are worthy of love and care. Place your hand on your heart now. Feel it beating, that faithful muscle that has been working for you every moment of your life, never resting, keeping you alive. Say silently to yourself, "May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be at ease. May I be free from suffering." Let this wish for your own well-being fill your heart, then extend it outward. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be at ease. May all beings be free from suffering. Feel this wish radiating from your heart like light from a lamp, spreading in all directions, touching every being everywhere. This is the practice of metta, loving kindness, the cultivation of boundless, unconditional goodwill.
Part 21. The Perfection of Patience. Among the paramitas, the perfections that bodhisattvas cultivate, patience holds a special place. Khanti paramita, the perfection of patience, is not mere passive acceptance, but active engagement with reality as it is, without resistance, without agitation. Patience means allowing things to unfold in their own time. It means not forcing, not rushing, not demanding that reality conform to your timeline. A seed planted in the ground doesn't become a tree overnight. A wound doesn't heal immediately. Understanding doesn't come on command. Everything has its season, its rhythm, its natural pace. In our modern world, patience has become increasingly rare. We want instant results, immediate gratification, quick fixes. We expect immediate responses to our messages. We want enlightenment now, transformation instantly, healing right away. But deep change takes time. The Grand Canyon wasn't carved in a day, but over millions of years, water patiently flowing over rock. Mountains are worn down grain by grain. Great trees grow ring by ring, year by year. The wisdom of nature teaches patience. Your own spiritual journey requires patience. You may have glimpses of awakening, moments of clarity, experiences of peace, but integrating these insights, embodying them, making them permanent, this takes time, this takes practice, this takes patience with yourself as you repeatedly forget and remember, fall asleep and wake up, lose yourself and find yourself again. Be patient with your mind as you rest here tonight. Thoughts may continue arising even as you wish to sleep. Worries may surface. Plans and memories may parade through awareness. Don't fight them. Don't judge yourself for thinking. Simply observe with patience, knowing that eventually, naturally, the mind will quiet, thoughts will slow, and sleep will come. Patience is also about accepting where you are right now in your development. You may wish you were more enlightened, more peaceful, more compassionate, more disciplined. You may compare yourself to others who seem more advanced, but you are exactly where you need to be. This moment, with all its imperfections, is your starting point. You cannot skip ahead. You must begin here, now, with things as they are. The Zen master Shunryu Suzuki said, "Each of you is perfect the way you are, and you can use a little improvement." This captures the paradox beautifully. You are already Buddha, already enlightened, already whole, and yet there is still practice to do, growth to unfold, realization to deepen. Hold both truths simultaneously.
You are perfect as you are right now, in this moment, exactly as you are. And you are also growing, evolving, becoming more fully yourself with each passing day. There is no contradiction. The acorn is perfect as an acorn and is also becoming an oak tree. Patience also means not being disturbed by difficulties. When challenges arise, and they always do, patience allows you to meet them without reactivity, without panic, without despair. You understand that difficulties, too, are part of the path. They're not obstacles to practice, but opportunities for practice. The old Zen saying goes, "No rain, no flowers." Without difficulties, there is no growth. Without challenges, there is no development. Without darkness, we would never appreciate light. Every hardship can be a teacher if we have the patience to learn its lessons. Rest your body completely now. Let every muscle soften, every joint loosen, every tension dissolve. There is no hurry. There is nowhere to be but here. Nothing to do but rest. No goal to achieve but peace. Let patience envelop you like a soft cocoon, holding you gently as you transition from waking to sleeping. Part 22. Stories from the Monastery. In traditional Zen monasteries, life follows a strict schedule. The day begins before dawn with the sound of the wooden drum calling monks to meditation. In the cold darkness, they file silently into the meditation hall and take their places on cushions arranged along the walls. There they sit, perfectly still, backs straight, eyes half closed, for period after period. After each sitting period, there is kinhin, walking meditation, where monks walk very slowly in a line, taking one step with each breath, maintaining the same quality of awareness they had while sitting. The morning meal is eaten in formal style, in silence, with specific rituals. Each bowl is unwrapped and arranged in a precise way. Food is served and received with bows. Every movement is choreographed, performed with complete attention. Eating becomes meditation. Each bite is savored fully, chewed completely, swallowed consciously. After the meal, there is samu, work practice. Monks clean the monastery, work in the gardens, prepare food for the next meal. This work is not separate from meditation. It's performed with the same focus, the same presence, the same quality of awareness. Sweeping the floor is no less sacred than sitting in meditation. One famous story tells of a monk who spent years seeking enlightenment through intense practice. One day, while cleaning, he swept a pebble that hit a piece of bamboo, making a sharp "tok" sound. In that instant, he awakened completely. The sudden sound in the midst of ordinary activity opened his mind. These stories teach that awakening can happen at any moment, in any activity, without warning. You don't need to be in a special place or doing a special practice. You just need to be completely present, completely here, completely now. In some monasteries, monks practice takuhatsu, traditional begging, with a bamboo hat covering their face and a bowl held out. They stand silently, not asking for anything, simply receiving whatever is offered. This practice cultivates humility, gratitude, and non-attachment. It teaches that you can survive on little, that generosity exists everywhere, that you don't need to control or manipulate to have your needs met. There are stories of monks who practiced for decades without any dramatic enlightenment experience, yet radiated peace and wisdom. Their enlightenment wasn't a sudden explosion, but a gradual ripening, like fruit slowly becoming sweet on the tree. Not all awakening is dramatic. Sometimes it's quiet, gentle, almost imperceptible, a gradual brightening like dawn slowly illuminating the sky. In the monastery, personal possessions are minimal. A monk might have only robes, a bowl, and perhaps a few books. This simplicity is liberating. With few possessions to maintain, organize, and worry about, the mind becomes clearer. You realize that you don't need much to be happy. The assumption that more will make you happier proves false.
Enough is enough. Imagine the simplicity of that life, waking to bells, sitting in silence, walking slowly, working mindfully, eating simply. No emails to check, no social media to scroll, no appointments to rush to, no decisions about what to wear or what to eat, just the present moment, again and again, hour after hour, day after day. You don't need to live in a monastery to taste this simplicity. Right now, in this moment, you can simplify. Let go of all the complexity. Release all the plans and worries. Stop trying to figure everything out. Just be here, breathing, resting, existing. This is enough. This is everything.
Part 23. The Four Noble Truths Revisited. Let us return to the Buddha's first teaching, given in the deer park at Sarnath to his 5 former companions. After his enlightenment, he taught what are called the Four Noble Truths, a diagnosis of the human condition and a prescription for healing. The first noble truth is dukkha, usually translated as suffering, but more accurately meaning unsatisfactoriness or stress. Life contains suffering. This is not pessimism, but realism. Even in moments of happiness, there is an underlying unsatisfactoriness because we know the happiness won't last. We fear losing what we love. We grow old, get sick, and die. We're separated from what we love and united with what we dislike. Things don't go according to our wishes. But notice, the Buddha didn't say life is only suffering. He said life contains suffering. There is also joy, love, beauty, connection, wonder, peace. The first noble truth is simply recognizing that suffering is part of the package, not something abnormal or wrong that shouldn't be happening. Right now, even as you rest peacefully, there may be some subtle discomfort. Maybe your shoulder is a bit tight. Maybe your mind won't quite settle. Maybe there's a faint anxiety about tomorrow. This is dukkha, not dramatic suffering, but the basic unsatisfactoriness that underlies even comfortable moments. Just notice it without judgment. It's okay. It's part of being human. The second noble truth identifies the cause of suffering, tanha, craving or thirst. We suffer because we want things to be different than they are. We crave pleasure and push away pain. We grasp at what we like and resist what we dislike. We want things to be permanent when they're impermanent. We want to control what cannot be controlled. This craving comes in 3 forms: craving for sense pleasures, craving for existence or becoming, and craving for non-existence or escape. We want pleasant experiences. We want to be someone important, successful, loved. Or we want to escape from ourselves, to not be, to disappear into distraction or oblivion. Notice in your own experience tonight, is there any craving present? Maybe a desire for sleep to come faster, a wish for tomorrow to be different, a resistance to some uncomfortable feeling. Just observe these subtle movements of craving without judgment. See how they create a subtle tension, a grasping or pushing that disturbs your peace. The third noble truth is the most hopeful. Suffering can end. Nirvana, the cessation of suffering, is possible. When craving ceases, suffering ceases. When you stop fighting against reality, peace naturally arises. When you release your grip on how things should be, you can appreciate how things are. This doesn't mean becoming passive or indifferent. It means responding to life from wisdom and compassion rather than from reactive craving and aversion. It means doing what needs to be done without being driven by compulsive desire. It means engaging fully with life while remaining inwardly free.
Feel that freedom now. For these moments, you don't need anything to be different. You're not trying to become someone else or be somewhere else. You're just here, just breathing, just being. This is a taste of nirvana, not some far-off mystical state, but the simple peace of non-grasping available in any moment. The fourth noble truth presents the path to the end of suffering, the noble eightfold path. This includes right understanding, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. Right here doesn't mean morally correct versus wrong. It means complete, whole, skillful. Actions that lead to well-being rather than harm. Understanding that leads to freedom rather than confusion. Effort that is balanced rather than excessive or deficient. These 8 factors work together, supporting each other. Right understanding helps you see reality clearly. Right intention aligns your motivations with wisdom and compassion. Right speech, action, and livelihood express that wisdom and compassion in your daily life. Right effort provides the energy to practice. Right mindfulness keeps you present and aware. Right concentration develops the stability of mind needed for deep insight. The path is not a one-time journey with a destination at the end. It's a way of being, a way of living, a continuous practice that deepens throughout life. Each moment offers an opportunity to walk this path. Each breath can be taken with mindfulness. Each action can be performed with wisdom. Each word can be spoken with compassion. Tomorrow, when you wake, you'll have countless opportunities to practice the path. You'll speak to people. That's an opportunity for right speech. You'll make choices about what to do. That's an opportunity for right action. You'll think about your life and the world. That's an opportunity for right understanding. But for now, let all of that go. Let the 4 noble truths dissolve back into the silence from which they came. Let the eightfold path merge back into the pathless path. Let all teachings return to the unspoken truth that underlie them. You are that truth. You are the living embodiment of the Dharma. Not the words about truth, but truth itself, breathing, pulsing, existing here and now. Part 24. Zen and the Art of Everything. One of the remarkable features of Japanese Zen has been its penetration into virtually every aspect of culture and daily life. Zen practitioners developed what we might call Zen arts, ways of expressing enlightened awareness through specific disciplines. The martial arts of karate, aikido, judo, and kendo were deeply influenced by Zen. These practices are not primarily about fighting, but about cultivating presence, awareness, and the ability to respond spontaneously without thinking. The martial artist trains for years to empty the mind so that action can arise directly from the situation without the interference of thought. There's a famous book called Zen in the Art of Archery by Eugen Herrick, a German philosopher who studied Kyudo, Japanese archery, with a Zen master. The master taught him not to aim at the target, but to become one with the bow, the arrow, and the target. When the distinction between archer and target dissolves, the arrow releases itself. The master once released an arrow in complete darkness and split another arrow that had already been shot into the target. When asked how he did this, he said, "I am not the one who hit the target. It hit itself." This is the perfection of effortless action, of becoming so completely absorbed in the activity that the sense of a separate doer disappears. Flower arrangement, or ikebana, became a Zen practice.
Arranging flowers is not about making something pretty, but about expressing the essence of the flowers, bringing out their inherent nature, honoring their beauty while acknowledging their impermanence. Each arrangement is temporary, created for a moment, then released. Even something as simple as drinking tea became a profound spiritual practice. The tea ceremony is an orchestrated experience of beauty, harmony, respect, and tranquility. In the tea room, all participants, host and guests, create a temporary world of peace and aesthetic refinement. For that brief time, nothing else exists. Only this bowl of tea, this moment, this meeting. The spirit of these arts can be brought to anything you do. Cooking can be a meditation, driving can be a practice of presence, cleaning can be an expression of care and attention. Any activity performed with complete awareness and wholeheartedness becomes a form of Zen practice. Tomorrow, choose one activity and do it with complete attention. Maybe it's brushing your teeth, making coffee, or walking from your car to your office. Whatever it is, do only that. Don't think about other things. Don't let your mind wander. Be completely present with the activity, noticing every sensation, every movement, every moment. This is how you bring Zen into daily life, not by sitting in meditation for hours, but by bringing the quality of meditative awareness into everything you do. This is the true practice.
Part 25. The Silence Between Sounds. There is a Zen saying, "The real music is not in the notes, but in the silence between them." This points to something profound about the nature of reality. We tend to focus on things, objects, events, phenomena. We notice what appears and what happens, but we rarely pay attention to the space in which things appear, the silence from which sounds emerge, the emptiness that contains all form. Yet this space, this silence, this emptiness is more fundamental than the things it contains. Space is always present, but objects come and go. Silence is always there, but sounds arise and fade. Emptiness persists, but forms appear and disappear. Right now, notice the silence around you. Even if there are sounds, maybe the hum of a fan, distant traffic, the settling of the house, notice that sounds arise from silence and dissolve back into silence. The silence is the background, the foundation, the constant presence. And notice something even more subtle. There is silence between your thoughts. One thought ends, and before the next thought begins, there is a gap, a moment of no thought, of pure awareness without content. Usually, we're so focused on the thoughts that we miss these gaps, but the gaps are always there, like the silence between notes in music. These gaps are portals to your true nature. In the gap between thoughts, you can glimpse what you are beneath thinking. In the silence between sounds, you can hear the sound of consciousness itself. In the space between objects, you can sense the field of awareness in which all experience occurs. The practice is to become more aware of these gaps, these moments of silence, these spaces of emptiness. Don't try to create them. They're already there. Just notice them, appreciate them, rest in them. As you drift towards sleep, thoughts will slow down naturally. The gaps between thoughts will become longer. Pay attention to these gaps. They're not nothing. They're not dead space. They're alive with potential, pregnant with possibility. They're the womb from which all experience is born. In these gaps, there is no problem, no suffering, no confusion. There is just this pure, clear, luminous awareness, your original mind, your Buddha nature, your true self.
It's always been there, underneath all the noise, beneath all the activity, prior to all the thought. The Zen teacher might hit the meditation hall with a stick and shout, "What is this?" Before you think, before you answer, before you form any concept, in that instant before the mind engages, what is there? That's what the teacher is pointing to. That's the silence between sounds, the gap between thoughts, the space before form. You don't need to understand this intellectually. You don't need to figure it out. Just rest in the not knowing, in the silence, in the gap between, that field of potential, that ocean of consciousness. Sleep itself is like an extended gap, a long silence between the music of waking life. In sleep, particularly in deep dreamless sleep, the mind returns to its source, to the silence, to the emptiness. It's a nightly reset, a return to zero, a dissolution of all the complexity you've accumulated during the day. Welcome this dissolution. Welcome this return to silence. Let yourself merge with the fundamental emptiness that underlies all existence. Let your individual consciousness dissolve back into the ocean of consciousness, like a wave subsiding back into the sea. You will emerge again in the morning, forming again as an individual, taking up your life and your story once more. But for these hours of sleep, you can rest in the undifferentiated, in the silence, in the sacred emptiness that is the source and ground of all being. Part 26. Questions without answers. In Zen training, students are sometimes given questions that have no logical answer. These are different from the traditional koans, but serve a similar purpose, to exhaust the thinking mind and open the door to direct insight. What was your face before your ancestors were born? This question points to your nature prior to your individual existence, before your DNA, before your family line, before human beings evolved. What were you then? Not your body, not your personality, not your history. What is the awareness that has somehow become you? Contemplate this question without trying to answer it intellectually. Let the question sink into your depths. Let it dissolve the boundaries of your identity. Let it point you toward the vast, timeless awareness that temporarily takes the form you call me. Where do your thoughts come from? Watch a thought arise. It appears in consciousness, seemingly from nowhere. You didn't plan it, you didn't create it, it just appeared. Where did it come from? And where does it go when it disappears? Is there a place where thoughts exist before they arise and after they dissolve? Again, don't try to answer with logic or theory. Just observe directly. Watch the space before thought, the moment of arising, the brief existence of the thought, its dissolution. What do you see? What is the sound of silence? We usually think of silence as the absence of sound, but is silence merely nothing, or is it something in itself? Can you hear silence? Not just notice the absence of sound, but actually hear the quality of silence itself. Listen now to the silence in your room. Really listen. There's a presence to it, isn't there? A quality, a texture, an almost audible presence. This is not absence, but fullness, the fullness of potential, the presence of the field in which all sounds occur. These questions are not meant to be frustrating, though they may feel that way at first. They're meant to shift you from thinking about reality to experiencing reality directly. The thinking mind wants to grasp, to understand, to control through comprehension. But reality cannot be grasped. It can only be experienced, lived, become. Here's another question. Who is the one asking these questions? When you inquire into the nature of mind, who is inquiring? When you observe your thoughts, who is the observer? When you're aware of awareness, what is that awareness aware of? This self-referential loop can create a kind of vertigo. The eye cannot see itself. The sword cannot cut itself. Awareness cannot step outside of itself to observe itself. And yet, somehow, there is this reflexive capacity, consciousness aware of its own existence. This is the greatest mystery, not that the universe exists, but that the universe knows it exists. Not that matter exists, but that matter has organized itself into forms capable of experiencing and contemplating their own existence. You are that mystery, not a mystery to be solved, but a mystery to be lived, to be been, to be experienced. The question, "Who am I?" doesn't have a final answer because the I that would receive the answer is itself the mystery. Let these questions work on you as you drift toward sleep. Don't hold them in your conscious mind, trying to figure them out. Let them sink into your subconscious, into your deep mind, into the silence beneath thought. Sometimes insights arise not during active contemplation, but in the quiet spaces of rest, when the conscious mind releases its grip and deeper wisdom can surface. Trust the process, trust the questions, trust the mystery. You don't need to understand everything. You don't need to figure it all out. Some things are meant to be lived rather than understood, experienced rather than explained.
Part 27. The Unborn Mind. One of the great Zen masters of Japan, Bankei taught about what he called the unborn or the unborn Buddha mind. This teaching cuts through years of complex practice and points directly to your essential nature. Bankei said that your Buddha mind was never born and therefore can never die. It exists before birth and continues after death. It's not created through practice or destroyed through neglect. It is your fundamental nature, always present, always perfect, always complete. He taught that all suffering comes from ignoring this unborn mind and instead identifying with thoughts and emotions which are born, they arise, and therefore die, they pass away. When you identify with what is born, you inevitably suffer because everything that is born must die. But when you rest in the unborn mind, the aware presence that witnesses all thoughts and emotions without being any of them, you are free. Thoughts may come and go, emotions may rise and fall, circumstances may change constantly, but the unborn mind remains unchanged, untouched, serene. Bankei would ask his students, when you hear a crow caw, don't you hear it in the unborn Buddha mind? Of course you do. The sound appears in awareness, is known by awareness, and dissolves in awareness. The awareness itself is never affected by the sound. It doesn't become dark when you hear a crow, or bright when you hear a nightingale. This unborn mind is not something rare or difficult to access. You're experiencing it right now. The awareness that knows you're reading these words, that knows your body is lying down, that knows thoughts are arising, that awareness is the unborn mind. The practice is simply to recognize it and rest in it. Don't identify with the contents of consciousness, the thoughts, emotions, sensations, perceptions. Identify with consciousness itself, the aware presence in which all content appears. This might sound like detachment or dissociation, but it's not. It's actually the fullest, most intimate engagement with life. When you're not lost in identification with thoughts and emotions, you're fully present with what is. You experience thoughts and emotions without being overwhelmed by them. You participate in life without being imprisoned by it. Bankei emphasized that this was not something to achieve through years of practice. It's available right now, in this moment, to anyone willing to recognize it.
You don't need to sit in meditation for decades. You don't need to study countless scriptures. You don't need a special transmission from a master. Simply recognize what you already are. Notice the awareness that is always present, reading these words, breathing this breath, existing in this moment. That awareness is unborn, deathless, eternal. It has no beginning and no end. It is your true nature. Rest in this truth. Let it penetrate your being. Let it dissolve all anxiety about death, all concern about the future, all regret about the past. The unborn cannot die. What you truly are is safe, eternal, beyond all harm. Part 28. The Way of No Way. Zen is sometimes called the Gateless Gate or the Way of No Way. These paradoxical phrases point to a profound truth. The path to enlightenment is not a path that leads somewhere else. It's a path that leads here, to where you already are. The Zen master might say, there is no Buddhism, no enlightenment, no delusion, no practice, no attainment. If there is nothing to attain, then what are we doing? If there is no path, why practice? The answer is subtle. The practice is not to become something you're not, but to recognize what you already are. The path is not a journey to a distant destination, but a return to the present moment, which you've never actually left. The gate is gateless because there is no barrier between you and enlightenment except your belief that there is a barrier. This is why Zen can seem frustratingly paradoxical. Every statement is immediately negated. Every practice is revealed to be unnecessary. Every goal is shown to be already accomplished. It's not that the teachers are trying to confuse you. They're trying to cut through your confusion, to stop you from seeking what you already have. Imagine someone who's forgotten they're wearing glasses and searching everywhere for their glasses. The more frantically they search, the more frustrated they become. But the glasses are right there, on their face, enabling their searching. They don't need to find the glasses. They need to recognize that they're already wearing them. Enlightenment is like that. You're already enlightened, but have forgotten. The searching itself is the problem. The spiritual seeking is what keeps you from recognizing what you've always been. When you stop seeking and simply be present, here, now, exactly as you are, that's enlightenment. This doesn't mean you stop practicing, but the quality of practice changes. You're not practicing to become enlightened, but practicing as an expression of your enlightenment you already possess. You sit in meditation not to achieve something, but simply to sit, simply to be present, simply to express your Buddha nature. The Zen master Dogen said, "To study Zen is to study the self. To study the self is to forget the self. To forget the self is to be enlightened by all things. This is the way of no way, a path that leads not to a distant goal, but to the radical acceptance and recognition of what is, here, now." You're walking this pathless path right now, not by doing anything special, not by having any particular experience, but simply by being here, breathing, existing, aware. This is it. This is the whole teaching. There is nothing else to find, nowhere else to go, nothing else to become. Some people hear this and feel disappointed. Is that all? Just this? Yes, just this. But just this includes everything. It includes the entire universe, all of existence, the infinite mystery of being. When you truly see just this, when you truly appreciate the ordinary, the simple, the immediate, that's extraordinary. That's liberation. Tonight, as you rest, you're not preparing for some future enlightenment. You're not working toward a distant goal. You're simply being what you are, aware, alive, present. This is complete. This is perfect. This is enough. The way of no way leads you here, now, always. You cannot stray from it because there is nowhere that is not the path. You cannot fail at it because there is nothing to accomplish. You cannot lose it because you are it. Rest in this truth. Let it penetrate your being. Let it dissolve all anxiety about death, all concern about the future, all regret about the past. The unborn cannot die. What you truly are is safe, eternal, beyond all harm.
Part 29. The Great Death and Rebirth. In Zen, there is a teaching about the Great Death, not physical death, but ego death, the death of the false self, the death of illusion. Before you can experience true awakening, something must die. The separate self, the ego that thinks it's in control, the identity you've constructed, all of this must be seen through and released. This great death is both terrifying and liberating. Terrifying because it feels like annihilation, like disappearing, like losing everything you've believed yourself to be. The ego fights against it desperately, creating endless diversions, resistances, and arguments. But on the other side of this death is rebirth, not as someone new, but as what you've always been underneath all the layers of conditioning and identity. You die as the false self and are reborn as your true nature, your original face, your Buddha mind. Many Zen practitioners describe a moment in their practice when they felt they were going crazy, falling apart, losing themselves. This is the great death approaching. The structure of the self is crumbling, the certainties are dissolving, the ground is giving way. It feels dangerous, chaotic, terrifying. But a skilled teacher will encourage the student to let it happen, to surrender into it, to die completely. Because only in this complete release, this total letting go, this absolute surrender does the truth reveal itself. You die and discover you cannot die. You disappear and discover you're everywhere. You lose yourself and find yourself as everything. This great death is the central crisis of the spiritual path. Many people approach it and turn back, scared. They reinforce their identity, strengthen their defenses, return to comfortable illusions. But those who have the courage to die completely are reborn into freedom. You may have had glimpses of this in your life already, times when your sense of self became thin, when boundaries dissolved, when you experienced moments of unity with something larger. Maybe in nature, in love, in creative flow, in meditation, or in crisis. These are previews of the great death, little deaths that prepare you for the big one. And actually, you practice this death every night when you fall asleep. The self you know yourself to be dissolves, your identity fades, your concerns vanish, your story pauses. You die to this day, to this life, and are reborn in the morning, fresh and new. Sleep is preparation for the final death. If you can surrender completely into sleep, without fear, without resistance, without clinging to consciousness, then you're practicing for the moment when you must surrender your life completely. Death becomes just another falling asleep, another transition, another release. But more than that, sleep teaches you that you survive the dissolution of the self. Every morning you wake up, not exactly the same person you were yesterday, but continuous somehow, yourself once more. The self reforms, the story continues, but something essential remained even when the self dissolved. That something is what you truly are. So tonight, practice the great death willingly. Let yourself dissolve, let your identity fade, let your concerns and worries and plans all disappear into the darkness. Die completely, freely, willingly, and trust that what you truly are cannot die, will not die, is beyond all death. This is not morbid, this is preparation for life, full, free, fearless life. When you're no longer afraid of losing yourself, you can give yourself completely to each moment. When you're no longer clinging to your identity, you can be flexible, responsive, authentic. When you've died the great death, you're truly alive for the first time. Let go now. Let the great death begin. Feel your identity loosening, your boundaries softening,
your separate selfhood dissolving. It's safe, it's natural, it's what you do every night. Just this time, do it consciously, willingly, completely. Die into sleep. Die into the void. Die into the infinite darkness that is not empty but full, not death but the source of life, not nothing but the pregnant potential from which everything emerges. Part 30. Mountains and Rivers Sutras. Zen Master Dogen wrote a profound text called Mountains and Rivers Sutra, in which he explored the Buddha nature of the natural world. He taught that mountains and rivers are not separate from Buddha nature. They are Buddha nature. They preach the Dharma constantly, silently, perfectly. Dogen wrote, "Mountains are mountains, waters are waters." This seems obvious, even tautological, but he's pointing to the suchness of things, their simple, direct, unadorned being. Mountains don't try to be mountains, they simply are. Water doesn't practice being water, it flows naturally according to its nature. This is the teaching. Be what you are without addition, without pretense, without self-consciousness. A mountain doesn't compare itself to other mountains, doesn't wish it were taller or more impressive. It simply stands, silent and majestic, expressing its mountainness completely. Water doesn't resist flowing downhill. It doesn't complain about obstacles. It simply flows, finding its way around rocks, pooling in valleys, eventually reaching the sea. When heated, it becomes steam. When frozen, it becomes ice. It adapts to conditions without losing its essential nature. You too have an essential nature. Not fixed and unchanging, but fundamental somehow. Your Buddha nature is like water's wetness. It remains as the form changes. Whether you're happy or sad, successful or struggling, young or old, the awareness that knows these states remains constant. Dogen also wrote about how mountains walk. This seems absurd. Mountains are the very symbol of immobility, of permanence. But over vast stretches of time, mountains do move. They're pushed up by tectonic forces. They're worn down by erosion. They migrate, slowly, imperceptibly, but really. And actually, mountains are always moving even in the present moment. The atoms that compose them vibrate. Molecules shift. Weather transforms their surface. Rivers carve them. They're never actually still. They just appear still from our brief human perspective. Everything is like this. What appears solid is actually flowing. What seems permanent is actually changing. Reality is a process, not a collection of things. You are not a noun, but a verb, not a thing, but a happening. Let this understanding permeate your relaxation. You don't need to hold yourself together. You don't need to maintain your solidity. You can let yourself flow, change, transform. Like water, you can adapt. Like mountains, you can stand firm in your essential nature, even as your surface changes. The rivers in Dogen's sutra are not separate from you. The water flowing in rivers is the same water flowing through your body, the same H2O molecules, the same hydrogen forged in the Big Bang, the same oxygen created in dying stars. You are the river is you. And the mountains are not separate from you either. The minerals in your bones came from mountains. The calcium, magnesium, iron in your blood, all were once part of rocks and stones. Your body is made of the earth. When you die, you'll return to it, becoming soil, becoming food for plants, becoming part of the great cycle. This is not metaphor. This is literal truth. You are the earth in human form. You are the universe looking at itself. You are stardust contemplating stardust. The boundary between you and the world is conceptual, not real. Feel your connection with the earth now. You're lying on a bed, but beneath that is floor, beneath that is foundation, beneath that is soil and rock, going down and down, all the way to the molten core of the planet. You're not separate from the earth. You're an extension of it, a temporary pattern in its substance. And feel your connection with the sky. The air you breathe was just outside your body. The oxygen you inhale was just produced by a tree somewhere. The nitrogen has cycled through countless organisms. The atmosphere is not outside you. You're part of it, breathing it in and out, exchanging molecules with the world continuously. Mountains and rivers are preaching the Dharma right now, even if you can't hear them. The wind in the trees, the flow of water, the silence of stone, all expressing the truth perfectly, without words, without concepts, without teaching. Your own body is preaching the Dharma. Your heartbeat is the drum of the Dharma. Your breath is the wind of truth. Your blood flowing is the river of life. Listen to the sermon your body is giving right now, the quiet wisdom of flesh and bone, the silent teaching of being alive.
Part 31. The Sound of One Hand. Let us return once more to this famous koan. What is the sound of one hand clapping? This question has frustrated and illuminated countless practitioners over the centuries. The usual answer is that one hand makes no sound. You need two hands to clap. But this misses the point. The koan is not a riddle to solve logically. It's a tool to break open your normal way of thinking. Some students try to make sounds with one hand, slapping it against their leg, snapping fingers, waving it through the air. The master rejects all these. These are still thinking in terms of ordinary sounds, ordinary logic. The sound of one hand is silence, but not absence of sound silence. A full, rich, pregnant silence. The silence that contains all potential sounds. The silence from which all sounds emerge. The silence that underlies and supports all sound. Or perhaps the sound of one hand is all sounds. When you're not discriminating between this sound and that sound, when you're hearing with your whole being rather than with conceptual mind, then every sound is the sound of one hand. The birds singing, the wind blowing, the traffic humming, all are one hand clapping. Or perhaps the answer is even more direct. When the master asks, "What is the sound of one hand?" the right response might be to simply clap with both hands. The question assumes a distinction between one and two, but before that distinction, what is there? Just the immediate reality of clapping, of sound occurring, of this moment expressing itself. The real teaching of the koan is not in any answer, but in what happens when you exhaust all possible answers. You try everything, nothing works, you give up. And in that moment of giving up, of releasing all attempts to grasp, something opens. You realize that the question was never really about sound or hands. It was about your mind, your way of perceiving, your relationship with reality. The sound of one hand is your life before you divide it into subject and object, self and other, good and bad, success and failure. It's the direct, immediate experience before concepts, before language, before thought. Right now, can you hear it? Not with your ears, but with your whole being. Not as something separate from you, but as what you are. The sound of one hand is you, living, being, existing in this moment. Stop trying to figure it out. Stop trying to understand. Just be the one hand. Just be the sound. Just be this moment, complete and whole and perfect as it is. The koan has done its work when it disappears, when the question dissolves, when you're no longer separate from what you're seeking. You become the koan. The koan becomes you. There is no distinction, no gap, no problem. Rest in this non-separation now. Let all questions dissolve. Let all seeking cease. Let all effort release. You are what you're looking for. You have what you're seeking. You know what you're trying to understand. The sound of one hand is ringing through the universe right now, and you are both the hand and the sound, both the question and the answer, both the seeker and the sought. Listen. Listen with your whole being. Listen without ears, without thought, without separation. There.
Did you hear it?
Part 32, Everyday Zen Mind. After all the philosophy, all the practice, all the insights, Zen returns to the simplicity of everyday life. The Zen master Layman Pang wrote, "How wondrously supernatural, and how miraculous this! I draw water, I carry wood." This is the ultimate teaching. Enlightenment is not somewhere else, not in some special experience or altered state. It's right here in the most ordinary activities: drawing water, carrying wood, washing dishes, going to work, talking to friends. The miracle is not that you can fly or read minds or perform supernatural feats. The miracle is that you exist at all, that consciousness has arisen, that the universe has organized itself into a form that can experience and appreciate itself. Drawing water is a miracle when you really pay attention. The coolness of the water on your hands, the weight of the full bucket, the satisfaction of providing for your needs, all of this is extraordinary when experienced fully, without the distraction of constant thinking about past and future. Carrying wood is a miracle. Feeling the texture of bark, the weight of the logs, the strength of your body, the simple act of useful work, all extraordinary, all sacred, all expressions of the fundamental mystery of being. Tomorrow, when you return to your ordinary life, remember this. You don't need to be anywhere special or do anything special to practice Zen. Whatever you're doing, do it completely. Whatever you're experiencing, experience it fully. Wherever you are, be there entirely. This is called everyday mind is the way, or ordinary mind is Tao. Not ordinary in the sense of dull or unremarkable, but ordinary in the sense of direct, natural, uncomplicated. When you're thirsty, drink. When you're tired, sleep. When someone speaks, listen. When something needs doing, do it. But do it with presence. Do it with awareness. Do it with your whole being, not with your mind half elsewhere, planning, worrying, remembering, fantasizing. The Zen practitioner brings this quality of presence to everything. Eating becomes a meditation. Walking becomes a prayer. Working becomes a practice. Not because you're thinking spiritual thoughts while doing these things, but because you're fully engaged with the doing itself. There's a famous Zen exchange. A student asks the master, "What is the most important teaching?" The master replies, "Attention, attention, attention." That's it. The whole teaching in one word. Pay attention. Be here. Be present. Be aware of what's actually happening, rather than lost in thoughts about what happened or might happen. You've been practicing this tonight in a way, listening to these words, following these teachings, being present with your own experience of relaxation and peace. This is the practice. This is the way. There's nothing more to it and nothing less. Some people think Zen is complicated, esoteric, difficult to understand. But actually, it's extremely simple. It's so simple that it seems like it couldn't possibly be the whole thing. Surely there must be something more, something deeper, something secret. But no, this is it. Attention, presence, being here now, doing what you're doing, being what you are. Nothing hidden, nothing mystical, just this simple, direct, immediate experience of living. The complications come from our minds, from our resistance to simplicity, from our belief that truth must be complex to be valuable. But Zen keeps pointing back to the obvious, the immediate, the right here, right now. A monk asked Zen master Zhaozhou, "What is the way?" Zhaozhou replied, "Your everyday mind is the way." The monk asked, "How do you get into harmony with it?" Zhaozhou said, "When you try to get into harmony with it, you go astray." Do you see? The trying itself is the problem. The seeking itself is what takes you away from what you seek. When you stop trying and simply be, that's it. That's the way.
That's Zen. That's enlightenment. Let all trying cease now. Let all seeking end. Let all effort dissolve. You're not going anywhere. You're not becoming anything. You're not achieving anything. You're simply being what you are, here, now, complete and whole. This is everyday Zen mind, not special, not complicated, not far away. Just this, just now, just you, breathing, existing, being aware. Perfect, complete, enough.
Part 33. The Flower Sermon. One of the most beautiful stories in Zen is about the origin of the direct transmission from mind to mind. One day, the Buddha stood before an assembly of his followers holding a single flower. He said nothing, simply held the flower and gazed at it. The monks were confused. What was the teaching? What did this mean? They waited for explanation, for words, for philosophy. But the Buddha remained silent, holding the flower. Then one monk, Mahakāssyapa, smiled. In that smile, the Buddha recognized that Mahakāssyapa had understood. The teaching had been transmitted without a single word spoken. What did Mahakāssyapa understand? Simply that the flower is complete, perfect, teaching itself without words. The flower doesn't need explanation. It doesn't need interpretation. It simply is, and in its isness, it expresses the entire truth of existence. The flower will bloom and fade. It's impermanent. The flower depends on soil, water, sun. It's interdependent. The flower is just being what it is. It expresses suchness. All the teachings of Buddhism are right there in the simple fact of a flower existing. But more than that, Mahakāssyapa understood that truth cannot ultimately be captured in words. It can only be pointed to, hinted at, expressed indirectly. The direct truth can only be experienced, lived, realized personally. This is why Zen emphasizes direct transmission from teacher to student, mind to mind, heart to heart. Not transmission of information, but transmission of recognition. The teacher shows the student their own Buddha nature, and the student recognizes what was always there. You don't need a flower or a teacher to receive this transmission. Right now, in this moment, you can look at anything, your hand, the darkness behind your closed eyes, the sensation of breathing, and receive the same transmission the Buddha offered with his flower. What is your hand? Not the concept, hand, not the word, not the biological explanation. What is it actually? Look at it with fresh eyes, as if you've never seen a hand before. What is this thing that moves when you will it to move, that feels what it touches, that is somehow you, but also just matter, just cells, just atoms? It's a miracle. It's a mystery. It's a flower that the universe is holding up, silently teaching the Dharma. And what about the breath moving in and out of your body right now? What is breath? Not the chemical process of oxygen exchange, not the mechanical explanation. What is it actually? This invisible force that keeps you alive, that connects you with the atmosphere, that has been breathed by every living thing? Another flower, another silent sermon, another transmission of truth beyond words. Everything is holding up flowers. Everything is the Buddha silently teaching. The universe is constantly offering the flower sermon, but most people miss it because they're looking for something more complicated, more profound, more impressive. But when you see it, when you really see it, the simple fact of existence becomes overwhelming. The ordinary becomes extraordinary. The everyday reveals itself as the sacred. Tonight, as you drift toward sleep, you're receiving the flower sermon. Your body, breathing quietly in the darkness, is the flower. Your awareness witnessing this moment is Mahakāssyapa smiling. The transmission is happening right now, silently, perfectly, completely. Nothing needs to be said.
Nothing needs to be understood intellectually. Just this recognition, this appreciation, this simple presence with what is. The flower doesn't try to teach, it just exists, and in existing teaches everything. You don't need to try to be enlightened, just exist, fully, completely, naturally, and enlightenment is expressed through your very being. Rest now in the silence of the flower sermon. Let words fade away, let concepts dissolve, let there be only this immediate, direct, wordless experience of being alive, being aware, being here. The Buddha is still holding up the flower. Are you smiling? Part 34. Walking the Pathless Path. There's a Zen saying, walking the pathless path in the depths of space. This beautiful phrase captures the paradox of spiritual practice. There is no path because you're already there, already home, already enlightened. Yet you walk, you practice, you continue. How do you walk a pathless path? By taking each step fully, completely, without knowing where you're going, without following any map or plan. Each step is the path. Each moment is the destination. You're always arriving and never arriving, always practicing and never needing to practice. The depths of space in this phrase refers to emptiness, to the vast openness of reality. You walk through life in this space of not knowing, of uncertainty, of mystery. There's no solid ground beneath your feet, just the momentary appearance of ground, the temporary solidification of what is essentially fluid and open. This can sound scary, no path, no ground, no certainty, but actually this is liberating. Without a fixed path, you're free to respond freshly to each situation. Without solid ground, you're light, flexible, able to move in any direction. Without certainty, you're open to wonder, to surprise, to the infinite possibilities of existence. You've been walking this pathless path your entire life, even if you didn't realize it. Every day you wake up not really knowing what will happen. You make plans, but life doesn't always follow them. You have expectations, but reality often surprises you. You think you know who you are, but you keep changing, evolving, becoming. The pathless path is the path of life itself, unscripted, unplanned, emerging moment by moment from the interplay of countless causes and conditions. You cannot control it, cannot map it, cannot predict it. You can only walk it, step by step, breath by breath, moment by moment. And here's the secret. There's no way to fall off the pathless path. Since there is no path, you cannot stray from it. Wherever you are is the path. Whatever you're experiencing is the teaching. Whoever you are is perfect for this moment. This doesn't mean there are no choices or that all choices are equal. Some choices lead to more suffering, others to less. Some actions are skillful, others unskillful. But even your mistakes are part of the path. Even your struggles are part of the teaching. Even your confusion is part of the awakening. Tomorrow, when you step out of bed, you'll be walking the pathless path again. You don't know exactly what will happen. You can't predict every twist and turn. But you can walk with awareness, with presence, with openness to whatever arises. This is the practice, not following some predetermined spiritual program, but living authentically, responding genuinely, being present completely with the life that is actually unfolding, rather than the life you think should unfold. The depths of space are infinite. You will never come to the end of this path because it has no end. You will never fully understand life because it transcends all understanding. You will never completely figure yourself out because you are not a puzzle to be solved, but a mystery to be lived. And this is good news. It means you can stop trying to finish, to arrive, to complete the journey. There is no finish line. There is only this eternal walking through the infinite mystery, always here, always now, always beginning, never ending.
Part 35. The 3 Pillars of Zen. Traditional Zen training is said to rest on 3 pillars: great faith, great doubt, and great determination. These 3 work together, supporting and balancing each other. Great faith doesn't mean blind belief. It means faith in your own Buddha nature, faith that awakening is possible, faith that the practice works, faith in your teacher and the lineage of awakened beings. Without this faith, you won't have the motivation to practice through difficulties. But faith alone can become passive, lazy, waiting for enlightenment to happen without effort. So faith is balanced by great doubt. This is not skepticism about the teachings, but rather fierce questioning. What is this? Who am I? What is reality? Great doubt drives you to investigate directly, to not accept anything secondhand, to verify truth through your own experience. And both faith and doubt need great determination, the sustained effort to practice day after day, year after year, regardless of whether you seem to be making progress, regardless of how you feel, regardless of how difficult it becomes. Great determination is the willingness to persevere through all obstacles. These 3 pillars support each other. Faith gives you the confidence to doubt deeply. Doubt keeps faith from becoming blind belief. And determination sustains both faith and doubt through the long process of practice. You need faith when things get hard, when you wonder if all this practice is worth it, when you doubt whether awakening is even real. Faith whispers, keep going, trust the process. Others have walked this path successfully. You can too. You need doubt when you get complacent, when you start to think you understand, when spiritual materialism creeps in, when you use practice to boost your ego rather than dissolve it. Doubt asks, do you really know? Have you really seen? Or are you just repeating what you've heard? And you need determination when both faith and doubt falter, when you're tired, when life gets complicated, when practice seems boring or pointless. Determination says, do it anyway, sit anyway, practice anyway, show up anyway. These 3 pillars are developing in you right now, even as you rest. Faith that this practice of conscious relaxation is valuable, that listening to these teachings will benefit you, that sleep will come and refresh you. Doubt that keeps you questioning, investigating, not just passively accepting, but actively engaging. And determination that brought you here tonight, that keeps you listening, that commits to your own well-being and growth. In your practice tomorrow and in the days ahead, cultivate these 3. Have faith in your own potential, in the path of awareness, in the possibility of transformation. Maintain doubt that questions everything, that settles for nothing secondhand, that demands direct experience. And develop determination that practices consistently, that doesn't give up when things get hard, that perseveres through all conditions. Together, these 3 pillars will support your awakening. Like a 3-legged stool, if any leg is missing, the whole structure becomes unstable. But when all 3 are present, you have a firm foundation for your practice. Feel these 3 qualities present in your being now. Faith, a quiet confidence, a trust in the process. Doubt, a bright alertness, an open questioning. Determination, a steady resolve, a commitment to truth. All 3 working together, supporting your journey home to yourself. Rest on these 3 pillars. Let them hold you through the night. Let them carry you through challenges. Let them support your practice, your awakening,
your full realization of the Buddha nature that has always been yours. Part 36. The Wild Fox Koan. There's a famous koan in Zen called the Wild Fox that teaches an important lesson about karma and causality. The story goes like this. A monk asked the Zen master Baizhang, "Does an enlightened person fall under the law of cause and effect?" The master answered, "No." Because of this wrong answer, the monk was reborn as a wild fox for 500 lifetimes. Finally, in the form of an old man, he came to Baizhang and told his story. "Please, what is the correct answer?" he begged. Baizhang asked, "Ask me the question." The old man asked, "Does an enlightened person fall under the law of cause and effect?" Baizhang answered, "An enlightened person is not blind to cause and effect." Hearing this, the old man was liberated. What's the difference between these two answers? No, they don't fall under the law of cause and effect, versus they're not blind to cause and effect. Such a subtle difference, yet one leads to 500 lifetimes of suffering, the other to liberation. The teaching is profound. Enlightenment doesn't exempt you from causality. If you jump off a cliff, you'll fall. If you eat poison, you'll get sick. If you're cruel to others, you'll create suffering. The laws of cause and effect continue to operate. But an enlightened person is not blind to these laws. They see clearly how actions lead to consequences. They understand karma deeply. And because they see clearly, they act skillfully, in harmony with reality rather than against it. This is practical wisdom. Some people think if they meditate enough, practice enough, become enlightened enough, they won't have to deal with ordinary difficulties anymore. They'll transcend suffering, transcend problems, transcend humanity. But this misunderstands enlightenment. The Buddha still experienced physical pain in his old age. Enlightened masters still get sick, still age, still die. They still face difficulties, challenges, losses. What changes is not the circumstances of life, but how you relate to those circumstances. An enlightened person responds to pain without adding mental suffering to physical pain. They face difficulty without resistance, without denial, without the extra layer of "this shouldn't be happening." They experience loss without clinging, without despair, without losing themselves in grief. They see clearly that all experiences arise from causes and will pass when conditions change. This seeing itself brings freedom, not freedom from experience, but freedom within experience. As you lie here tonight, you're subject to cause and effect. Your body grew tired because you expended energy today. Your mind is quieting because you're releasing stimulation and embracing rest. Sleep will come because you're creating the conditions for sleep. You can't skip these steps. You can't avoid this process. You're not exempt from how things work, but you don't need to be blind to it either. See it clearly, understand it, work with it rather than against it. This is practical wisdom, seeing how causes lead to effects and choosing causes wisely. If you want peace, create the causes of peace. If you want clarity, create the causes of clarity. If you want love, create the causes of love. The enlightened person does this naturally, spontaneously, without calculation. They're so aligned with reality that skillful action flows naturally from clear seeing. There's no gap between seeing and acting, no internal conflict about what to do. You can practice this too. See clearly the causes and effects in your life. Notice how certain thoughts lead to certain emotions, how certain actions lead to certain results, how certain patterns perpetuate themselves. And don't be blind to it. Don't pretend enlightenment will exempt you from reality. Instead, see clearly and act wisely, in harmony with how things actually work. This is the teaching of the wild fox, profound, practical, liberating.
Part 37. Continuous Practice in Dreams. Sleep is not a break from practice. It's an extension of practice into another domain. In Tibetan Buddhism, dream yoga is a formal practice, learning to become aware within dreams, to recognize that you're dreaming while the dream unfolds. In Zen, the approach is simpler but related. You bring the same quality of awareness you cultivate in waking life into your dreams. You don't necessarily try to control dreams or become lucid, but you maintain a thread of awareness even as consciousness shifts into dreaming. This happens naturally as your practice deepens. The awareness you cultivate while awake doesn't completely shut off when you fall asleep. It continues, witnessing dreams, observing the mind's nocturnal creations, maintaining a subtle recognition that this is a dream. And here's the deeper teaching. Waking life is also a kind of dream. Not in the sense that it isn't real, but in the sense that our experience of reality is heavily conditioned by perception, interpretation, and projection. We're not seeing things as they are, but as we are. The Tibetan master Guru Rinpoche taught, although experiences appear to exist, they have no true existence. This applies equally to dreams and waking experiences. Both are appearances in consciousness. Both arise and pass away. Both are empty of inherent existence. When you recognize a nighttime dream as a dream, you gain a certain freedom within it. You're less frightened by nightmares because you know they're not ultimately real. You're less attached to pleasant dreams because you know they'll end when you wake. Similarly, when you recognize waking life as dreamlike, you gain freedom. Not freedom from life, but freedom within life. You engage fully, respond completely, but without the desperate grasping and resistance that comes from taking appearances as absolutely, finally real. Tonight, as you drift into sleep and dreams, try to maintain a tiny thread of awareness, not so much that you stay awake, but just enough to remember occasionally, this is a dream. And when dreams come, whether pleasant or unpleasant, see if you can recognize their dreamlike nature. But don't stress about this. Don't make it another achievement to pursue. Just plant the intention gently. May I maintain awareness even in sleep. May I recognize dreams as dreams. May my practice continue throughout the night. And know that whether you achieve lucid dreaming or not, the intention itself is beneficial. It blurs the hard boundary between waking and sleeping, between practice and non-practice. It suggests that awareness can continue even when the waking ego dissolves. This is preparation for death, too. If awareness can continue through the dissolution of waking consciousness into sleep, perhaps it continues through the dissolution of life into death. Perhaps what you truly are, pure awareness, Buddha nature, consciousness itself, transcends even the final transition. Traditional Zen includes practices for maintaining awareness at the moment of death, for dying consciously and deliberately. But these practices build on simpler foundations, maintaining awareness as you fall asleep, recognizing dreams, being present in transitions. So let your sleep tonight be part of your practice, not striving, not efforting, but simply maintaining that gentle awareness, that quiet presence, that Buddha nature that never actually sleeps, even when the body and mind rest. Part 38. The sound of silence deepens. We return again to silence, but deeper now. As you've relaxed more and more throughout this journey,
As your body has grown heavy and your mind has quieted, the silence has deepened. It's no longer just the absence of external sound, but a profound internal stillness. This silence is not empty. It's full of potential, pregnant with possibility. It's the silence from which all sound emerges and to which all sound returns. It's the silence of the void, of emptiness, of the ground of being. In deep meditation, practitioners sometimes experience this silence so profoundly that it seems louder than any sound. It has a presence, a texture, a quality that is almost audible. Some describe it as a high-pitched ringing, others as a deep hum, still others as simply an overwhelming sense of presence. This is the sound of silence, not paradoxical, but literal. Silence is not nothing, it's something. It's the medium in which sounds occur, the space that allows vibrations to travel, the background that makes foreground possible. And psychologically, spiritually, silence is the ground of your being. Your essential nature is this silence, not the noise of thoughts and emotions, but the quiet awareness in which thoughts and emotions appear. Some spiritual traditions speak of the unstruck sound, a sound that is always present, that no one creates, that simply is. It's the hum of existence itself, the vibration of consciousness, the resonance of being. Can you hear it now? Not with your ears, but with your whole being, a kind of ringing or humming, or simply a dense, thick quality to the silence. Don't try to create it. Don't imagine it. Just notice if it's there, already present, always present, the background music of existence. This sound of silence is said to be what you hear when you close your ears to all external sounds and listen to the internal resonance of your own consciousness. It's always there, but usually drowned out by the cacophony of daily life, the constant stimulation, the endless chatter of the mind. But here, now, in this deep rest, in this profound quiet, you can perhaps perceive it, this unstruck sound, this silence that is simultaneously sound, this emptiness that is simultaneously fullness. Rest in this sound of silence. Let it support you. Let it carry you deeper into rest. It's the sound of your own being, the hum of your existence, the vibration of consciousness itself. Some Zen practitioners use this unstruck sound as a focus for meditation, listening to it constantly, letting it draw their attention inward, deeper and deeper into the source. It becomes like a thread leading back to the center, a constant reminder of the ground of being. You might notice it sometimes now in daily life after tonight. In quiet moments, you might suddenly become aware of this subtle ringing or humming, this background presence. Welcome it, recognize it. Let it remind you of this deep silence, this profound peace, this Buddha nature that is always present, always available, always home. The sound of silence deepens and deepens, becoming so profound that even the distinction between sound and silence dissolves. There's only this, only presence, only the simple fact of awareness existing, knowing itself, resting in itself. Listen to the silence. Be the silence. You are the silence that hears all sounds, the emptiness that contains all form, the nothing that is simultaneously everything.
Part 39. Returning to the Marketplace with Helping Hands. In the final picture of the Oxherding series, the sage returns to the marketplace, the busy world of ordinary people, daily activities, commerce, and noise. He doesn't withdraw into solitary meditation or retreat into mountain hermitage. He comes back to help others. This is the completion of the path in Zen, awakening followed by service.
Enlightenment, not for your own benefit alone, but for the benefit of all beings. Realization, not as a personal achievement, but as a gift to be shared. The sage in the marketplace appears completely ordinary. Nothing marks him as special or holy. He doesn't wear special robes or display spiritual powers. He simply goes about daily business, buying and selling, talking and laughing, helping where help is needed. But there's a quality to his presence. People feel peaceful around him. Confusion settles in his company. Just being near him, others glimpse their own Buddha nature. The awakening is contagious, transmitted wordlessly through simple presence. This is the goal of practice, not to become special, but to become fully human, authentically yourself, capable of being present and helpful in ordinary circumstances. Not to transcend the world, but to engage it skillfully, compassionately, wisely. Tomorrow, when you wake from this sleep, you'll return to your marketplace, whatever that is for you. Work, family, responsibilities, activities. You'll engage with people, handle challenges, make decisions, navigate the complex business of being alive. Bring this practice with you. Bring the peace you've cultivated tonight. Bring the awareness you've developed. Bring the Buddha nature you've recognized, not as something separate from daily life, but as the very essence of how you engage with daily life. Be ordinary, be simple, be authentic, be helpful. Don't try to impress anyone with your spirituality. Don't use practice as a way to feel superior. Just be present, be kind, be real. This is the greatest gift you can offer, your full presence, your undivided attention, your genuine care. When someone speaks to you, listen completely. When someone needs help, help if you can. When challenges arise, meet them with equanimity and wisdom. The marketplace is the final testing ground. It's easy to feel peaceful in quiet retreat. It's harder to maintain that peace in chaos. It's easy to feel loving toward all beings in abstract. It's harder to remain compassionate when facing actual difficult people. But this is where practice proves itself. This is where awakening becomes real. Not in the special moments, but in the ordinary ones. Not on the meditation cushion, but in the interactions of daily life. The Zen masters often had regular jobs even after enlightenment. They farmed, they cooked, they served tea. Enlightenment didn't exempt them from ordinary responsibilities. If anything, it allowed them to fulfill those responsibilities more completely, more cheerfully, more skillfully. You too have your responsibilities, your role to play, your contribution to make. Do it fully, do it well, not striving for perfection, but engaging with wholehearted presence. This is the practice. This is the path. This is enlightenment in action. The marketplace awaits. The world needs your presence, your gifts, your awakened activity. Not someday when you're more enlightened, but tomorrow, just as you are, with whatever understanding you've developed, offering whatever you can offer. Return to the marketplace with helping hands. Return with a smile. Return with presence. Return as yourself, ordinary, imperfect, authentic, and profoundly awake to the miracle of existence. This is the completion of the path and simultaneously a new beginning. The practice never ends. The awakening continues deepening. The service to others continues expanding. Life continues flowing, and you flow with it, no longer resisting, no longer separate,
just one more wave in the great ocean of being. Part 40. The final teaching. Just this. We come now to the end of this journey, though really there is no end, no beginning, just this continuous, eternal now. All the teachings we've explored tonight, all the philosophies, all the practices, all the insights, ultimately point to the same simple truth, just this. This moment exactly as it is, this breath, this sensation, this awareness, just this. Nothing more needed, nothing less possible, just this simple, direct, immediate reality. Not this moment plus your thoughts about it, not this moment filtered through concepts and interpretations, not this moment compared to other moments, just this moment itself, naked, immediate, complete. This is the final teaching because there's nothing to add to it. This is the first teaching because it's where everything begins. This is the only teaching because it contains everything. Just this breath flowing in and out. Just this body lying here in the darkness. Just this awareness knowing that you exist. Just this. Nothing special, nothing mystical, nothing complicated. And yet, when you truly see just this, when you truly experience the simple suchness of this moment, it's overwhelming. The ordinariness is so extraordinary. The simplicity is so profound. The obvious is so remarkable. You've been seeking enlightenment, perhaps. You've been searching for something more, something deeper, something better. But what you've been seeking has been here all along, hiding in plain sight, so obvious that you looked right past it. Just this. This is it. This is enlightenment. This is Buddha nature. This is the truth that all the masters have been trying to communicate. Not somewhere else, not some other time, not some special state. Just this, right here, right now. Can you see it? Can you feel it? Can you rest in it? Just this simple present moment awareness, nothing added, nothing subtracted, just what exactly is, exactly as it is. And now even these words, even this teaching, even this voice, let it all fade away. Let everything dissolve into the silence from which it came. Let there be only this simple, immediate, direct experience of being here, being now, being aware. Just this. Just this. Just this. Rest here. Sleep here. Disappear into the just thisness of existence. Let everything else fall away. Let there be only the simple, obvious, immediate reality of now. This is the final teaching. This is the first teaching. This is the only teaching. Just this. And in this just thisness, may you find perfect peace. May you rest completely. May you sleep deeply. May you wake refreshed, renewed, and ready to meet another day with presence, with awareness, with the Buddha nature that has always been yours. Good night, dear friend. May all beings be at peace. May all beings awaken. May all beings be free. Just this. Just this. Just this.
Closing meditation. Breathing in peace. Breathing out peace. Breathing in stillness. Breathing out stillness. Breathing in presence. breathing out presence. Just breathing, just being, just this.